Hello, everybody. Jeez, it's been a long day today. Yikes. Hello, welcome back to another stream. I had to find a prop for you guys because I'm going to be saying a lot of crazy shit today, a lot of craziness. The reason for that is because the Lord and Savior Keffels has taught me that if I want to call Illuminati bad words, all I have to do is blame it on a substance. Now, listen, you're saying to yourself, Chris, that's really mean. How could you make fun of somebody's drug addiction? Well, I am, and it's very easy. You're going to see me do it later. But I'm using it more as a defense mechanism against the Pyramid Mother herself, Illuminati, and Lance of the Serfs. Lance. Oh, Lance. Oh, God, Lance, could you be any more fucking dumb? Oh, man, Lance. Jesus. Anyways, let's get it started. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to another stream. Hello, Sakura. Hello, Dante. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. Maybe you have. Maybe you have been around. I apologize if I missed you before. We got Spyro. We got Empress, Orson, Brandon, Brendan, the Weaver of Dreams, House. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a long one. We're going to be going over a lot. Now, a lot of people are probably going to be like, Chris, where's FPS Diesel? Well, he's not going to be able to join me today. And if that's not cool with you, it's a whatever. Me and Diesel have been working behind the scenes on this stuff, and we've been following this stuff a lot recently. Hello, Devil. Hello, JD. This is going to be a fun one. So every time, because you know me, I say, Illuminati's very upset, guys. Very upset. About like 3 years ago, she didn't like people saying the R word. The R word. 3 years ago, Illuminati was looking up old videos of people to talk shit about them. And Nick posted this. Good morning, everyone. So I've stumbled across some proof that there's a Twitch streamer who is allowing doxing in their servers. See, that's not good. I agree that that's bad. Doxing bad, obviously. If I have to say that to you again and you're a part of my community, I hate you. I hate everything about you. And if I have to say it again, I'm gonna slap you. Now let's see here. And when I tried to discuss it with them to help, they told me I was retarded. Oh no! God, the R word. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Illuminati used the R word. Oh, no, guys. Now, listen. Every time I say the R word, we're doing a little bit of that. A little bit of that. Well, don't pay attention to me. Every time I say the R word, I'm going to blame it on my coke use. Now, before YouTube gets mad at me, that's a joke. But every time I say the R word, I'm just gonna blame it on the powder, Bo. Yeah, the powder. Hell yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. Every time I say that word, I'm gonna blame it on the powder, my guy. It's the way to do it. Every time. And I'm gonna be saying it a lot today because Lance. Oh, Lance. Lance. Ooh. It's gonna be a little rough. It's gonna be a little rough for Lance in this particular one. So we gotta put some exactly. Every time I say the dreaded R word to describe Illuminati's position or Lance's position, we're gonna be doing a little bit of a fake bump every time. Now, I want to get into something real quick. So the first thing we're gonna go over is the Illuminati section on Click, because I know we covered it last time. And I feel like Click's video won't hit the same and Lance's video won't hit the same until you hear what Illuminati has to say about the Click and her allegations that she levied against him. Now, I did archive all these videos because I think Lance is going to delete his, and I'm pretty sure Blair's going to delete hers. But I want you guys to understand Blair's position against the Click. And we're going to go over the Click's response because it bodies the crap out of them. Then we're going to go over some other stuff later on. There's some additional things that have started to come out that I'm not too sure if it was covered on RFC or not. It really depends. So this is This is going to be an interesting one. Let's hear out Iilluminaughtii a second time on the Click allegations.
I want to take a couple minutes to bring up the Click and the many claims that he made on Twitter recently. The Click brings up how, as he puts it, a very convenient series of videos resurfaced with him saying some not so savory things after he left Sad Milk.
What did he say? Oh God, what did he say? Unsavory? Did he say the dreaded R word? Did he say retarded? Did he say retarded? See, it was just the coke, guys, I swear. I didn't actually say that. It's just the coke. Kevin's taught me.
Milk. His old videos, as he puts it, aged like milk. They did. I'm not going to dive into it further. The information's out there if you so choose to look. And as Click stated, those videos are 11 to 14 years old. And to be perfectly clear here, those videos are not any of the reasons as to why we split ways in Sad Milk, as Click tries to insinuate. Even back in 2020, I had stated that those videos had nothing to do with the ending of Sad Milk. I was actually unaware of those videos at the time of our friendship, but had I been aware of them, that friendship would have likely ended sooner. Unfortunately, when those videos surfaced, it wasn't really all that shocking to me, as Oz Media and I had actually talked about how Click had been using the R slur while we played games together. I thought, or I wanted to assume, that I had misheard, but Oz said that he was uncomfortable with it and said something, but the language continued.
The R word! Ah! It's the worst thing ever.
Click, you are right. Those videos in question are old, and at this point, they're kind of irrelevant. People can learn and people can change. That being said, at the time in 2020, Click was still using horrifying language and slurs that have long been deemed unacceptable. I'd now like to address the Click's claims that I had any involvement in trying to gain control of his Discord server by, as he says, tossing around accusations at staff. Because unfortunately, there were some truly sinister things occurring in the Click's Discord that...
Now, hold on. Did you hear that? There were truly sinister things going on in the Click's Discord. And let's read out the Click's part here. She tried to gain control of my Discord when it surpassed hers in size by tossing around accusations at staff and trying to get rid of my team and replacing it with hers. Giving me the ultimatum to fire my entire senior team or be publicly fired from Sad Milk myself. I want you to pay attention to that part. Pay attention clearly to that part.
That were brought to my attention. For this next section, I would like to provide a trigger warning.
It's fake coke.
There will be mentions of explicit sexual language, mentions of pedophilia, graphic imagery, and inappropriate behavior around minors. Before I go any further into this, I want to mention that there's going to be resources in my description box regarding what I'm about to discuss now. I do think it's relevant to bring up that in 2019, the Click's channel was terminated by YouTube for sexual content. At the time, a few YouTubers, including myself and Oz Media, band together to help reinstate Click's channel. Oz spoke to his MCN representative, and I spoke with YouTube directly. This is something that I now look back on with so much regret. Had I known at the time what was going on behind the scenes, I never would have participated in helping Click with his channel. Allow me to...
So let's dissect that part. So she, in her response to everybody, is saying, I regret ever helping you for a false channel deletion on YouTube because you allowed, and she's going to get more in depth, and basically this is like the layman's version of it. You allowed a pedo in your server and did nothing. So she's saying, I regret helping you get back your livelihood because of that. So let's keep paying attention.
To explain the situation a little bit. The Click and I had shared Discord moderators around...
Wait a minute. Idubbbz dropped a Froggy Fresh video. Oh no, we're going to have to go over that after all this stuff. We're going to go on late tonight, boys.
On the time of Sad Milk being created. Due to the Click's inaction, our shared moderators had brought a situation in his server to my attention. A situation involving pedophilia. In Click's Discord, there was a 19-year-old bragging about a 12-year-old that he was claiming to be involved with. A moderator reached out to get more information on this situation. This 19-year-old then reiterates, and I am directly quoting this here, I talked with my therapist about it, even too, and he told me as long as I don't touch her, it's okay. Click and his team did not pursue any immediate action to ban, restrict, or report this individual. So those shared mods came to me, and they told me that they were uncomfortable. So we used this individual's ID number, and we banned them from the Sad Milk server and from my server, and we reported them to Discord's trust and safety team, who we hope did pursue this further.
So you hear this, right? So she goes into this and says, hey, he didn't do anything about it, so I took advantage. I took it upon myself and my situation. You know, like I took it upon myself to handle the situation because the click wasn't there to do it, nor did he want to do it in how she's portraying it. So let's keep listening.
Then I went to contact Click to see what was going on, and it was mainly because I didn't want to believe that he would blow off someone clearly discussing such an inappropriate relationship. In fact, this was right off the heels of one of his admins sharing pornographic content to people that they knew were minors. One thing that I would like to point out here is how these users were pushing pornographic materials to a minor who explicitly states that their parent is in the room with them, so they were hiding their phone. I would like to point out that a common tactic for abusers who are attempting to groom children is that they expose them to pornography and other sexual content in an attempt to desensitize the child. I'll provide Rain's page on grooming for further information.
I need you guys to understand this part. I know we already went over it.
I urge you to speak to a trusted adult or authorities. And again, resources will be provided below. Having to relook at these messages again still makes my stomach turn, even 3 years later. When Click didn't initially take action, I switched topics with him, and I called one topic, who was and still is, to my understanding, one of the Click's closest friends on social media. I got into a call with both of them, and I shared these files with them. And one topic opened the files, he was horrified, and he said, and I quote, "I've read one, and I don't want access to those screenshots." It was after this conversation that Click took action and reported and removed that individual from his server. I really wouldn't lightly make accusations like this.
It's so over Pyramid Head. So true. And we're going to have an Idubbbz is over party because he made a video on Froggy.
Unless I had seen them for myself. And let me be abundantly clear here. I am not trying to accuse the Click of pedophilia, nor do I have any reason to believe that he could be a pedophile. However, he cultivated an environment that was a breeding ground for inappropriate behavior with minors to occur, and that's exactly what happened. Having our shared moderators approach me in my server about this.
So he cultivated a Discord that was inappropriate with minors knowingly. That is what she's trying to get across to the viewer right now. Are you understanding what is being levied here, guys? The allegations levied is that the Click allowed this to happen, and that he proceeded to let these people talk and continue to act in a poor way. Realize the allegation that is being levied at the Click right now, that he creates an unsafe environment for minors in his massive Discord. Now, we're going to get into that once we get to the Click's video. I know everyone's like, the Click already made a video on this. Yes, trust me, I know. The reason I'm showing this to you guys is to understand what she is alleging to the Click. What she is trying to do to the Click. She is trying to say the Click allows that kind of behavior and actions towards minors. Pay attention to that part while we go over the Click. Put that in the back of your head. I want you to remember that. Because if you don't, and you ask me, Chris, why is this important? I'm going to bitch slap you in the face. That's just what's going to happen.
It's a very serious situation in his server.
Also, thank you for the re-up membership, Grizzly. In a server with 40K, how can the Click know? Yeah, trust me, we're waiting. We're just getting to that.
Was extremely uncomfortable, but something the moderation team felt needed action that was not being taken. Furthermore, referring to these shared moderators that we had as spies, as he said on Twitter, it only dismisses the fact that he allowed this sexually explicit language to occur around minors. He referred to them as.
So do you hear that? Just because he called them spies, because she had her own team in there on top of that, that immediately destroys anything he's trying to say, because she assumes that he was allowing the horrible conversations with minors to happen. Just the word spy, she is stating right now that the Click was okay with these things.
Spies, which only shows that he didn't really see any issue with the state of his server. Mark, I'm going to address you directly here. On your Discord server that had, and likely still has, minors present, you as an adult need to do the right thing and actually pay attention to what goes down in your server, or ensure a team will take action against inappropriate behavior. I am sorry to those minors who were spoken to in such an inappropriate way. You were, and some of you likely are, still children. Adults should not be having sexually charged conversations with you or sharing sexually explicit photos with you. This is and always has been unacceptable. I will be providing links in the description box for a few resources for anyone who has been negatively impacted by these events. I did what I could, but I wish I could have done more, and I wish that the Click had more accountability of his own server. I also hope that since my falling out with Click, that he has learned from his past errors and worked to better himself. I hope that he and his current moderation team are holding themselves to a higher standard.
So you see her she's trying to take the moral high ground in the situation. She's trying to say, well, I hope that they learned a lot from when I and my team left, and that he got better, and that they don't allow this kind of thing to happen anymore. Like the Click, and she, based on how her word tracking is going, is insinuating that the Click is okay with minors being hit on, groomed, and taken advantage of in the Discord. That is what the crux of the allegation seems to be. It's actually hilarious that she thinks that this was going to go over well for her. It wasn't. It wasn't in the slightest. Because once the Click breaks down everything, you're going to see why this section of the video was specifically made in the first place to devalue what the Click is saying by trying to throw a very ridiculous and very, very inflammatory allegation. Now is she saying he is a pedophile and he allows those things? That he's okay with pedophiles? No, he's not. She's not saying he's a pedophile. What she is saying is that he was okay with his Discord acting in this manner, which cultivated into minors being talked to and groomed, and that he was okay with it. I really want you guys to understand the gravity of the allegations that are being said here. Thank you for the re-up, Orson. Why is Idubbbz crying? Because he just got dunked on. Obviously, he's always crying. Heezy, I clogged the potty. Jesus Christ. True. Blair knows how to really clog a toilet, man. It's like, it's proven. It's proven. It's proven. It's absolutely proven that Blair knows how to clog a porta potty better than most. It's incredible, honestly. It's like a whole nother level of life. I couldn't imagine that. I couldn't imagine like just destroying my toilet in the manner that she did, and then making a video about it. I could not. I can't rationalize that part. Let's see here. So what we're gonna do now? Now I'm gonna give you guys an option here. I'm gonna give you guys an option. You guys have two options here, because I am a benevolent streamer that allows my chat to choose what they want. I'm going to let you guys choose this. Do you want to go over the Click's response? Or, and trust me, both of these are good. Or, do you want to go over the Surf's defense of Blair? I'm going to let you guys choose while I go through donos real quick. I'm going to let you guys choose. You guys have two options. You can either see the defense of Blair, or we can go over the Click's response first. Whichever you guys want to do, because the defense of Blair is a very interesting one, if I'm being perfectly honest. We're going to do both. We're definitely doing both. I'm not just doing one, bro. We're going all day. Of course, the Surf's defended Blair. Yes, Lance is an idiot. Lance is a fucking idiot. It's ridiculous. We are doing both, but I wanted to ask you guys what you wanted to start with first. Do you want to see Lance flounder and look like a fucking idiot? Or do you want to show the Click's receipts and the Click's video debunking Blair, and then we can go back and laugh at Lance? It's realistically up to you guys. I'm giving you the control on this one. Defense first, then Click? It's up to you guys. Poll is open for another 2 minutes. It looks like we're gonna go with the Click's response. We got 45 votes so far. I'm the logical team, the Click team. Fair. Because we're gonna go over the Click's video. Obviously, it's pretty serious, and it's gonna be kind of funny because Blair is just a blatant liar. And then we're also going to go over the Surfs. I love Lance. Lance is the smart... Okay, listen. Lance is the smartest man in human history. He's never had a bad take at all. All the people that give him shit, nah, bro. He's a genius. He's a fucking... I can't say that with a straight Oh, God, Lance. How can you be so stupid, Lance? Everything about you, every tweet I see is like just a logical fallacy of retardation. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I said the R word. Hold on. I said the R word. I have to do a little bit of that. I just did the R word again. Sorry, Keffel's taught me I can get away with that if I just straight up do coke. It's okay. It's a joke, YouTube. Don't ban me. It's powder. It's not real. I don't do cocaine. Listen. Okay, so we're going to do the clicks response. All right, we're going to do the click. We're going to do the click, and then we'll laugh. Then we'll laugh at Lance. Make sure you guys like this stream. We have 116 people. Let's get that up to like 70. Was Blair always a Lauka or just became one? So what I understand is that she has been a pretty, I don't know, she just seems to constantly fuck up, and now more than ever she's definitely becoming a lol cow at this point, Liana. She's becoming a lol cow. Hold on. Some of the prop cocaine got in the keyboard. So right here, yesterday, how many subs has she lost? Don't worry, Liana. We'll go over that at the end. So I'm going to let you guys know that this video came out yesterday, right off the heels of the Illuminaughtii video. And there is another video coming out from Wonder. Now, if you don't know who Wonder is another individual who accused Blair of being a horrible fucking person. And let's see here. Yeah, another horrible fucking person. And then there's the other aspect where... Hold on. Yeah, the click of being a horrible person allowed this shit. And Wonder, she accused Wonder of being in a bad mental state, outed his fucking mental health issues, the car situation. So Wonder will also be uploading a video on Blair, but that's not out just yet. This video, from what I've heard, because I've watched a few minutes because I was dealing with some other stuff, but very, very trusted people that I've been covering this story with told me this video is a blowout. This video is like the ultimate blowout of Blair's entire career. So I'm excited to see what happens here.
Classic, like, YouTube addressal thing, like, and then I turn on the camera. No, okay, let's skip that. Well, good evening, laddies, lasses, and lassos. Welcome to The Click. You smell amazing today. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise.
Okay, listen. Can I just be honest? This dude gives me a vibe. He gives me a furry vibe. Why is he a furry? I think he's a furry. I don't know why. He just gives me a vibe. No offense to The Click. No offense, brother. But like, I don't know.
Excuse the mess. I'm in the process of upgrading my PC for streaming. I very much need to upgrade. I realize some of the PCs I have in it are like 8 years old. So yeah, time flies, doesn't it? So I wasn't really planning on...
Oh God, there's some of the fucking powder in my nose. Oh God. Oh, help me. Why do the Swedes always look the same? He looks like another PewDiePie. Jesus. God, the powder's in my nose.
Recording anything for a couple of days, but a situation came up that I couldn't really ignore, and I think it's time I talked about it. So this video is going to be a bit more scripted than usual, hence while I'm reading here, yes, I can read, to stay on topic and be as concise as possible. My intention is that this is the last address of this situation. I've gone back and forth about how I wanted to make this video, and I think it's been a long time.
Listen, if you want to simp and make me hear your simp messages, you are more than welcome to message. You are more than welcome to donate and make me listen to your fucking simp for this man's voice, because it is connected to TTS through a super chat.
I'm coming. I don't feel great about bringing drama to my main channel, as I know that's not what people are here for. For a little...
Well, I'm here for it this time. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Come on.
A bit of context. I made a thread a few days ago outlining in rough detail why I left the old Sad Milk collaboration channel, partially to clarify that I wasn't associating with Illuminaughtii anymore in more recent events and my reasoning for that. She kept getting into trouble and people kept asking me about it. And
this is your first time here? You're confused by the powder thing? Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Kind of roping me into it. This blew up way more than what I intended and also made some other people come forward with their own stories, both in private and in public. The old Sad Milk members, old editors, ex-staff.
Yeah, can we talk about that? Why the hell is there googly eyes on his mic? This is a very serious video and he left the googly eyes on his fucking microphone. Who are you, bro? How do you... I had no idea who you were until this.
You name it. And this whole thing blew up way more than I ever intended it to. Commentary channels picking it up, making stories, viral videos. It was interesting to see.
Damn,
for
not
sure.
in the list.
The response
like
video
the
was
Daft
made by
Pino
her,
one.
which, among other things, dove into some pretty gnarly accusations about myself and presented a very dark picture about my morals, my Discord, and how I run things in my community. I wrote out a few different scripts for this video, some of them very long and extensive, but after some reflection, I realized I don't want to drag this out. I'm not a drama channel, and I don't
this
work with...
fine AF, Chris Toppenach.
Thank you, Sarah, for the 10. Thank you, I appreciate that. Now people are gonna be like, oh fuck, I could donate to Simp for this man, and maybe you'll hear it. Oh god.
Hit pieces. My main grievance with Illuminaughtii wasn't necessarily the behavior that made me leave. It's in the past, and she lost many friends over it. I think I can let that speak for itself. My main grievance was her insistence to create new rumors and slander about myself, one topic, and others after we left, and how...
So I do remember the entire... I remember the video... Not the video. I remember the twit longer. He does emphasize that she, like, would... like double check on them and like make shit up and like make alt accounts and everything like that, which is very creep show art-esque. Now, if you don't know anything about creep show art, which is surprising if you're in the drama community, you know nothing about this woman. She got caught using alt accounts talking shit about people that didn't like her. So, oh my god, the powder is in my nose. It keeps hitting the click back of my brain. Oh my god, it hurts. But like, I remember that in of itself, and his thread was mostly about that, and yet she turns around and tries to make it into a whole like he allowed bad conversations with children, which is very weird. That's very weird.
She wouldn't leave us alone. This was super hard to address in any capacity, as she rarely
I
made...
would wear a fursuit for this guy.
God damn, there's so many horny women in my chat. What the fuck?
...the accusations directly.
Kind of based.
Always talking through someone else's mouth or hyping up some young, impressionable fan or associate to the point they would try to expose me, or simply vague posting on Twitter with very suggestible timings. I will reference all of this later on in the video. Very easy for me and my colleagues to tell where all this was coming from, but really hard to actually prove to an outside audience. Therefore, almost impossible to defend yourself against. The talking points she tried so hard to sneakily spread for the longest time are actually the exact same talking points she brought up in her video. And I was also sent evidence of this by an ex-staff of hers that reached out to me during all this. So even though it was not my intention, my thread that ultimately led to her video pretty much baited out the fact that she was the one behind these claims and ideas all along. I also have full receipts for everything later on in the video. So I'm going to address her most grievous allegations factually and concisely, with full receipts, context, and any additional information that might be needed. Finally, after 2.5 years, I get to set the record straight. Number 1.
Dude, I couldn't imagine like waiting 2.5 years to just like completely destroy somebody. Like 2.5 years of just like sitting on information and just fucking blowing up on him. Okay, the women in chat are way too fucking horny. I saw a woman just say, I want him to spit on me. The fuck is going on here?
The Discord situation. Content warning, mention of predatory behavior and adult topics. The situation brought up mentions a pedo joining my Discord. It is said that neither I nor my team took action against this predatory person and actively chose to do nothing to resolve the situation, basically just letting them run amok. Click did not address it or wasn't fast enough, etc. Here are the DMs of said creep, full username, etc. that she has already showed in her video. Now, the first detail that was conveniently left out of the accusations is that I was asleep. In my time zone, this occurred around 2 a.m. and within the span of me sleeping, this random creep in question.
This is the part that aggravates me. She never brings that up. We all listened to the first part, right? Guys, were you paying attention when we were going over the Illuminaughtii part of the video? Did anyone remember that part? Did she ever bring up at any point whatsoever that he was asleep, or that the mods were asleep, or that anyone couldn't act on it at the exact moment that it was happening? Did she say any of that? Did she? Also, Quantum's kind sexy dad. Thank you for the re-up. If Quantum was a woman, if Quantum was a woman and never played Elden Ring. That's so funny, bro.
Question had already gotten banned. I took the liberty to dig through the old ban logs on my server, and here it is. He was banned at 2:14 a.m. my time zone. She brought one topic into a chat room, as she shown in her video and her accusations. However, her statement in these DMs about Click knowing is very odd, as I would have been very...
Here we go. In Click server, and Click knowing 19-year-old and 12-year-old convo was public in his Discord. Multiple members went to his staff and they did nothing. My staff in there had to ban the person and tag their Discord ID to report them. And this is on the heels of Click's admins sending BDSM tests to minors aged mod and prying on their, I would assume that means sexual.
She did not bring up he was asleep. Also, don't judge us ladies, lol.
Okay, I will not judge you, but you're not allowed to judge me if we cover a woman and you don't like the woman and I say that she's a fucking 8 out of 10. You guys aren't allowed. You get me? Women? You can't get mad at me if I objectify a woman then. That's a fair deal. Deal? Deal, chat? I'm allowed to objectify a very hot woman then. That's our trade. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to be like, oh, Chris, that's so gross. No. I saw somebody in chat say I want them to spit on me. So I can get away with that.
Unconscious when the ban was happening. She might be referring to me knowing by the time I woke up, but the fact remains I wasn't there, nor did I endorse this random creep. Hey, I don't mean to bother you, but can we talk soon when you're free? I'm in a bit of a conundrum and I don't know what to do. Yeah, what's going down? Can I call? GF is getting ready for work. How sensitive is the topic? Very. It involves the P word. What is going on? In Click server and Click knowing.
Bozo.
19-year-old and 12-year-old combo public server, blah, 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 did nothing. And this was on the heels of Click's admin sending naughty stuff. And one top.
Dude, when he said naughty stuff, I could just imagine all the women in chat going, yeah. Like, I can literally picture every woman in chat going, oh, he said naughty. Let's see here. In Click server. Okay, hang on. I'll walk into my mic rather than do this on my phone. Okay, ready.
The best things come to those that wait. And the ass wiping that this man handed Iilluminaughtii is enough to make the thirsty people jealous, LMFAO.
True! Very true. That's exactly what happened. I can't even get mad at that. That's like an actual breakdown.
Like says, hang on, I'll walk over to my mic. Okay, ready? Thank you, always. But, as stated, a ban was already issued before I even woke up. About 14 hours before Blair brought this up with OT, if her timestamps are correct. So this was actually not a ban I was even personally involved with. It's also important to note that this is, sadly, the norm. Our server alone has 44,000...
How many? Excuse me. Iilluminaughtii. Question, chat. Question. Did Iilluminaughtii ever disclose how large the Discord server was? At all? Did she ever disclose that? Because I don't remember her disclosing the size of the Discord. I don't remember her disclosing anything about the Discord other than he runs the Discord and he let this happen. Dude, Iilluminaughtii, he was asleep. 43,000 people. Think about that. Think about how many people that you have to police. You have to police these fuckers. 43,000 active members. That is the size of a fucking city. You can't control that many people. Out of a group of 43,000, there is definitely going to be a pedophile in that group. No shit, Blair. And he was asleep, and you're making it out like he was okay with it the whole fucking time? What is wrong with you? What is actually wrong with you that you are trying to do that? What's the point of that? To rip down his character and be like, you know what? This guy is actually a fucking freak. He's a freak. So nobody take him seriously. What?
Members and almost
and I don't know this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure the Click isn't a creepy person because unlike you, Blair, you call everyone in your Discord calls you Pyramid Mommy or Mom or Mommy. That's fucking weird. I'm more weirded out by that versus a guy with 43,000 people in a Discord that cannot release all of them. And he was asleep at the time. Yet somehow you've turned it into, well, the click allowed this to happen. The disingenuous wording that comes across by your statement, Blair, is shocking to me.
3,000 bans. It is a well-known fact that Discord has real problems when it comes to exploitative individuals and communities using their platform. We as creators do our best to clean this up as well as the platform teams. Neither I nor my team condone this sort of exploitative behavior and do our best to address it when it comes to attention. This isn't a clicks Discord issue, it's a Discord issue. By the time I woke up,
150 people. Let's get the likes up.
I assume she had asked her crossover staff to leave my server after the two teams clashed, fighting, tossing around odd allegations, and blame. Keep in mind, the creep that joined the VC was already banned for many hours. And this is what I saw when I woke up in the morning. Tons of messages in staff chats, arguments, white names from people leaving. I tried to get an explanation to what had happened, and it took me a good few hours to dig through everything, talk to people, try to de-escalate, and evaluate who had done wrong, and so on. The situation recap wasn't exactly presented to me on a silver platter. In the allegations against me, it is claimed that I didn't react or respond to the situation. Number 1, being asleep at 2 a.m. detail was completely left out. 2, the fact that he was actually banned before this whole thing was left out.
Wait a minute. What was that time frame that he was asleep? I want to see that.
Arguments, white names from people leaving. I tried to get an explanation to what had happened, and it took me a good few hours to dig through everything, talk to people, try to de-escalate, and evaluate who had done wrong, and so on. The situation recap wasn't exactly presented to me on a silver platter. In the allegations against me, it is claimed that I didn't react or respond to the situation. Number 1, being at...
Okay. His reaction was at 2:14 a.m.
Sleep at 2 a.m. detail was completely left out. 2, the fact...
The chat bot... The member band was at 2:14 a.m. But it was already done. It was already done. It was already done. He was already banned. And Blair's making out like he let this guy do this for days. Oh, God. Oh, Blair, you're such a disingenuous bitch. Oh my God, what a disingenuous bitch.
That he was actually banned before this whole thing was left out. And 3, a receipt of Iilluminaughtii reaching out to me to get me to respond wasn't shown in her video or allegations. And the reason for this is that it doesn't exist. The person who reached out to resolve this was actually myself. And here are the DMs where I did so. Probably worth going to you too, as this thing seems to be blowing up. What have you seen of the recent events on the server? If we got time, I think a quick VC would be good, because this is going on the warpath, it seems. Warpath referring to the teams arguing and fighting, not actually the ban itself. As I said, that had been issued 16 hours before this conversation took place. One sec, I'm on a call with OT, can I bring him in too? Sure, no problem. Here is a zip file, which is all the images that she showed in her video of the DMs with the creep, etc, etc. By the way, gonna talk to my admins in 15, that's when this person is back and can VC. Okay, I'm writing in the group DM right now. I will let you guys know when all actions have been carried out. I am proud of you. It sounds from this chat.
Oh God, she said I'm proud of you. Oh. Hold the fuck on, bro. But didn't she do like a whole speech of how disappointed she was about how it was handled and how he allowed this to continue? Like, didn't she have a whole segment in her video about how disappointed she was from the second it happened and to when they broke up? Didn't she have like total disappointment in her voice? Chat, I want to ask you, chat, one's in the chat if that is what happened and she was disappointed, or 2 in the chat if she's a liar. Let's I want to see what the people think. I want to get a people's consensus. I want the people. This is incredible. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is such retarded shit.
Starting from the time I was caught up on the night's events to the time after our voice call, that it worked out quite well. Of course, important to note that this conversation was also an outreach to resolve the Discord Teams issue, not about the ban itself. To further clarify, the ban had been issued 16 hours before this conversation and before I ever woke up. And yes, it was later brought to my attention that there were a couple of mods who failed to act initially. This was evaluated by me and the team to take proper action. It's important to keep in mind that these people aren't trained law enforcement, but community volunteers. Myself and the admin team I work closely with do our best to resolve any situations that occur in the Discord. Also important to know that this screenshot from the group call that she brought up is simply OT not wanting some random creep statements in his work drive.
Would she even... No way. No way.
Any situations that occur in the Discord.
No way.
Also important.
No shot. The screenshot she showed of him. It's not even the right screenshot. This is incredible. This is incredible. Does she does she think that all Discord logs just magically go away when you leave someone's Discord? Did she think? Oh God, there's no way somebody's this stupid. I can't believe that. I've dealt with some stupid people on this website, man. I really thought... I've dealt with some stupid people recently. Like, I really have. Like, just pure degenerate retardation. And Iilluminaughtii has literally hit the level of dumbassery that I cannot fucking fathom. I can't do it.
Know that this screenshot from the group call that she brought up is simply OT not wanting some random creep statements in his work drive. It's not that he was so torn up about my disgusting Discord, as is insinuated in the video for some reason. If OT was really so disgusted with me and how I run things, isn't it odd that we've been close friends for the 2.5 years after this happened? It's a very odd thing to try to twist in her video. Of course, she would retell the story quite differently to anyone who would listen. Here's a screenshot where she's sharing that same group call and saying, "This is that call where I railed Click for not doing anything for months."
So she was bragging to people that she's like, you know what, I totally 100% talked bad to Click and how much of an asshole he was, and I waved my finger at him. Imagine this shit. This shit is ridiculous. Imagine if it reached this level. I cannot. Oh my God. That is stupid fucking petty shit. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm getting some info about something. Okay. I need to download the Idubbbz video. Apparently it's doing so fucking poorly that there's a chance it might get deleted. I need that video like now. Sorry guys. Sorry. We're gonna download that. We're gonna finish the Blair stuff. Just give me a little time. There we go. Just gonna grab that real quick. Just grabbing that real quick. I have to archive this almost immediately. I have to archive this Idubbbz video, and it's done. Perfect. Oh, I can't wait to go over that.
Note that this date is in October, a couple of weeks after we had left Sad Milk. The statement about us leaving was made in November, but we had actually left a month prior. So the twisting of these events have been going on for quite a while. As for the staff member sharing inappropriate artwork in Discord, this happened about 5 weeks prior, so I'm not sure why it's being tied into all this, but I can say from experience with running Discord servers that it happens every few months that a staff member misbehaves and is removed from the team. Oftentimes, it leads to a couple of staff members getting removed, as troublemakers tend to enhance each other. This specific individual was removed from the team by me. The individual had been slowly spiraling, starting off with passive-aggressive behavior towards other staff and minor misdemeanors. When they failed to improve their behavior after a feedback session, and also got worse when they started sharing not safe for work artwork in staff chats, they were removed. I think it's an important specification that it was lewd artwork and not real-life nudes. I actually talked to Iilluminaughtii one-on-one about this very thing. As you can see from this chat, this was already resolved a while back by that time.
Let's see here. News to me. The dog thing was the type of thing you would have an issue of verbal warning. I saw my chat myself, so nothing super serious. Didn't go on for a few messages. If I recall, the context was like, this dog bit me. Damn, dude. Things kicking. The BDSM thing was long ago now. They got a lashing for it. Haven't done anything since. I'm saying that the blank was wrong for that. I'm not so concerned for the dog thing. I just think about your peripherals. Clicks admin made minors take BDSM tests.
She's making a big innovation to the concept of retardation. She fucked up a lot, even got the wrong screenshot, and needs a serious evaluation.
Did you make that rhyme? Did you actually just make that rhyme? Favorite Pokemon? Probably Trico.
In the same conversation, we also talk about the out-of-context other screenshots she shared in her own video. It's odd, if she wanted to paint a full picture of these events, she didn't include my own words on the matter, but just insinuations. Words she had access to this whole time. We did set up a rule set after the event occurred that the mod chat should live up to the same standards as the rest of the server rules, to avoid people getting carried away with their friends in mod chats. Furthermore, the individuals who partook were directly talked to and accepted that what they had shared wasn't server appropriate. I do also believe we demodded one of the instigators, who was a bit of a troublemaker, but it's a long time ago, I don't recall the names. Again, this is a situation I personally addressed once it was brought to my attention. It sadly happens sometimes that people in your community do or say things.
That wasn't the wrong screenshot. She doctored it to look more damning. That's actually funny. Did she think she could get away with that? This dude literally has the archival logs of his own Discord. Discord records everything, guys. The mods can see everything. If you think that you are going to somehow get away with saying stupid shit and walk away scot-free, I can guarantee you that there is a log of you being a fucking creep in there. Did Blair think that she could just doctor this and get away with it? That's the funny part. This is why you don't do dirty to multiple people. They wait till their time to expose you. True, I guess, but at the same time, it was necessary in the moment. Like, the legal thing, like, started a whole conversation, and then the dominoes fell where it's like, you know what, fuck it. This is the final straw. I've seen her do this shit before. Fuck it. Here's my story. Like, that's usually how it happens.
That you yourself don't endorse or stand for. I think every creator can relate to that fact. I think it's about how you build your community in general, what values you endorse, and how you act when situations happen. Because situations will happen. And to be clear, the chats were cleaned out because I wanted to ensure the chats were as safe as possible. In retrospect, I do believe the situation escalated to the point it did, so she could replace my staff and have more control over my Discord and community. But it's hard to tell if it's intentional or a byproduct of just constant conflict escalation and nitpicking. And if you still don't believe me, you can check out my Discord yourself. It's linked in every description of my channel, and my staff and I do our best to make it as wholesome and supportive as possible. We have chill chat rooms, meme channels, a Minecraft community.
I kind of like the plug for the Discord
server, art contests, edits, and fan art sharing, stream, clips channels, you name it. It's just a good vibe. So I'm surprised it's being painted in such a dark way when it's right there. You can actually just go look. nice little Discord plug. Hashtags.
At least he was honest about it. You know what? I was like, that's a pretty good Discord plug, and he just goes, yeah. I respect that. I respect that. Good job, Click. You got me on that one. I was like, damn, that was a pretty good plug. All right, I respect that. I respect that shit.
Sponsored by my Discord, heck yeah. Number 2, Click using abhorrent language. Content warning, mention of...
Oh, God. Now, chat. What do you think the slur is? Oh, no. Slurs? Was he saying the N-word? Was he saying the word that got KSI canceled? Was he saying a bunch of crazy shit? Is that what's happening, guys? Is that what's happening? I don't know. Let's find out.
Slurs. I will be brief here, because there isn't really much substance. She claims I was tossing around slurs when gaming with friends. The only evidence she has in a group chat where she's talking to Adiwazi, among a few others. So it isn't an actual receipt of anything I did or said. It's not even a conversation I'm in. But just a few anonymous names venting in a group chat. However, to try to make sense of this, I actually asked Oz about this screenshot directly, and he had this...
I see Pigeon. Uh-oh, retard alert. I can't say that word. I have to take a bump now. Sorry. Every time the word retard, I have to add more coke to my face.
To say. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the R-slur thing was about. I not only don't have any memories of it, but would only have to assume based on my past actions that I either A, over-embellished to further feel accepted of the tone of one instance, never of course realizing the damage it would cause. I'm sorry about this if that is the case. B. Blair and I had discussions in relation to this and had created a behind-the-scenes narrative of what to say. This was also very common when we lived under the same roof.
Whoa! Whoa! Hold on. Oz DM'd him this? Oh! Didn't she, like, cry over Oz? And didn't really, like, criticize him at all? She was just like, I owe you so much, and you were my rock, and blah, 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 blah. Didn't she do all that? Wasn't Oz, like, the one person that she didn't criticize? Man, I wonder why she didn't go after Oz, chat. I wonder why she didn't go after Oz. I wonder why, chat. Think about that real quick. Why didn't she go after Oz? Oh, wait, it's because she lived with Oz, and Oz knows all the backroom deal shit. That's probably why Blair didn't make up a ridiculous story against Oz like she did with Wonder and with The Click. So,
C. There was also watching how Blair would twist and omit truths to people. While I don't have any direct proof of this, I will say that watching Blair just say the right amount of truth to people to get their praise and adoration may have swayed me to do the same. Edit, there's also a chance that you said this like way back in 2019. I think the language I used in the group chat was more to put distance between us, not great on my part. It would have to be one of those, or a mix, honestly, because I don't remember you saying it. Not saying it didn't happen, of course, but I don't have any memories of it. I'm sorry for the pain that comment cost, man. Apologies will never, of course, repair the actions that I have made, and when all this went down. I'm sure there is more shitty things I've done or said that I honestly, for the life of me, can't remember. As for Blair claiming you use abhorrent language such as the N-word, the only evidence she ever gave us was, by her word, claiming that when the two of you were playing Dark Souls 3, you referred to enemies or shadows or ash as N-lets, or something along the line.
That's her evidence. Playing Dark Souls 3 and calling enemies the N-words.
Of that in December of 2019. This was not brought up until after Sad Milk split. And to be clear, I don't hold a grudge about this against Oz in the least. I can't say for sure, but to me it looks like Oz was just being pushed to prove his loyalty in a way. I wish you all the best, man, and I hope you get to rebuild your channel or whatever you want to do with your life. Before we move on, I'm just gonna point out some funny hypocrisy. She said she would never be friends with someone that used that language. Yet she regularly played games with me as a friend during this time, where I allegedly kept on saying these things. Which one is it? I don't think you can have both. And to add an extra layer...
You know what's funny? Is that she was a part of the Shot from the Point news team. Do you want to know that the Shot from the Point news team is not the most PC fucking Discord ever? Do you want to know why? Because Tommy likes people that can shit on each other. It's almost like everybody likes to shit on each other. It's almost, at the end of the day, that people that get along can shit on each other. And Blair was a part of that. She was a part of making fun of people and saying naughty words. But now, because Blair had to change her entire outlook to feed into the leftist circle, and I am not even a right-winged person. I'm a dude that doesn't give a fuck about politics anymore. But I can see when somebody's grifting. And Blair had to change herself to fit the ideology of her new little group. And she, if she's in a controversy, will use the same fucking tactics as those people that are like, you know what? Fuck you. We're no longer friends. You said a slur to me in private. You're a horrible person. Blair, that's not how you win an argument. You look retarded doing that. Oh, I'm sorry. That's another bump. It's another bump. Sorry. I have to.
Of transparency on my own behalf. I didn't actually know the R word could be considered derogatory up until maybe 2020, so it's possible I said it before that point, but I don't recall specifics. When people came to me around this time and told me they had had a word used against them simply for being neurodivergent, I was surprised, as that had not been the case around me when I grew up. But I personally stopped using it in my content or for posts I read out, and also did my best to remove jokes containing the word in older content. Simply because I didn't want my community to get the wrong idea about the values I held. I personally don't find the world too outrageous and still hear it on a regular basis on YouTube or in the online world.
Yeah, Yeah, watch me. I'm gonna say it. Blair's gonna cancel me. I'm gonna say it. Retard. Oh God, Blair. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Blair. The coke use is making me say it.
But I did opt out of using it in my content after this was being brought up to me by my fans. 3. She regrets our friendship and regrets helping me fix my wrongful channel termination due to the events mentioned. Content warning. It sucks to have your channel deleted. I don't know, man. This is just a punch under the belt, isn't it? Why was this in the video? To be clear, my channel was restored by the help of my network, which is a service I pay for. She might have tagged YouTube on Twitter or chatted with support, and I appreciate my friends who had my back throughout all this. I even thanked them in my return video, her included. Here it is. But the fact remains, she wasn't the one who saved my channel. If you want to get into specifics, Oz and Salty are the ones who networked me with this network initially. But the rest was done by myself and the network. We fought for 3 weeks over Christmas to get my channel back. Very odd high horse to try to climb on top of and claiming I should have lost my entire livelihood because of the events stated earlier in this video. Jeesh, man. On a happy note, here's a little celebration chat I had with my network rep after we got the channel back. Whee! Emojis! Whoa! Number 4. The Illuminati smear campaigns. Content warning, vulgar language, mentions of predatory behavior. These following screenshots are...
How many times is Blair going to bring up predatory behavior? She's like a small commentary channel that found out that there's a pedo somewhere and they don't drop the fucking story. Is the TTS not working? All right, I'll read it. Wait, you're criticizing me. Hi. You said a slur in private. That's nice. Argument retarded. Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up. True.
Reflective of behavior I think we have all seen, that the community can and has attested to. Vague tweets happened, whether you were a former friend or a current one, so it was clear to anyone who had experienced this before. But it's the specific timing I would like to bring attention to. Here is Sadmilk posting on the 1st of November, 3:28 AM, that Salty Click and OT will not be continuing the new journey with Sadmilk and we're leaving the channel. And here's a tweet from Iilluminaughtii saying, casual reminder, pedophilia is never a...
Jesus! Kind of true. Pedophilia is not a gray area. It's wrong. Bad people. Pedophiles bad, guys, if you didn't know.
Gray area. It is wrong. If someone you know won't take action, then they are complicit to the problem, and so on and so forth, and here are some of the threads. In isolation, there is nothing wrong with this statement. It's one that I obviously support. However, the timing certainly struck us and the community as odd. Immediately after announcing our departure from Sadmilk, within 3 hours, this statement was made by Illuminaughtii and retweeted by Sadmilk. This, as anyone would know, started many rumors. Worth mentioning, she also pushed Wonder to release a hit piece video on myself and OT back in 2021. When Wonder left, she retracted her support by removing her comment under the video. Wonder has since then retracted the video and apologizes for the false insinuation it contained, and I hold no grudge against him. I wish him the best in telling his own story and living his best life. He's a sweet guy who got caught up with the wrong people. She deleted the Sadmilk community tab after my Twitter thread, where I referenced her manipulation of comment sections and vague posting in order to spread rumors or manipulate the public image of us on the collab channel. So here's the deleted community tab, and the older screenshots I have from the community tab look like this. Better without click, and you can see there are multiple comments that...
Oh my god. Better without click. Jeez. Ugh.
Ratio this. I mean, obviously the channel had a lot of my audience as crossover. And a couple hours later, oh my god, all the ratioing comments are just magically gone, so it looks like more people are hating on me than they actually are. Oh my god, how could that have happened? Oh, I guess we'll never know. I am worried I sense big drama, especially on Twitter. I didn't see the N-word in old videos, just saying. Oh damn. It's a little bit of sass, isn't it? And to clarify, back when I was a teen, I said some stupid things I'm not particularly proud of.
It's almost like everybody who was a teenager said stupid shit, and that's okay. I'm breaking your minds, guys. People say things that they regret later on. Holy shit!
Things I no longer support. The statement she vaguely refers to was me quoting and referencing a movie clip I liked 12 years ago, and at the time I didn't really understand the concept of who can quote a bad word in reference to American culture.
Ebola Chad 666, I'll bet you the leftover prop coke that I'm using. the leftover prop coke.
I am sorry about the
YouTube, it's fake. Please don't ban me.
Statements, and I apologize to anyone who feels affected. I do not stand by it. I never intended any harm. I was trying and failing quite miserably to be funny. And to be honest, it actually feels good to talk about it because she's held this over my head for 2 years. As people have started reaching out to me and other ex-members from Sad Milk, I now for the first time have gotten a proper look into the other side of this, and my suspicions of her being behind these rumors and smear campaigns is now confirmed. All these screenshots take place after we have left Sad Milk. We left in early October and she posted about us leaving in early November. Here she is, hyping up people who simply got banned from, in this case, One Topic's Discord. They spend hours of their life to help some YouTuber they love and look up to. The very least any content creator can do or should do is give the teams the respect they deserve. Mods have been the backbone of every YouTube community, and so on and so forth. Ah, this OT and click poo has me heated. These stupid fricks.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Hold on. Hold on. What did she say?
Mods have been the backbone of every YouTube community, and so on and so forth. Ah, this OT and click poo has me heated. These stupid fricks.
How could she? Saying shit and fuck? Oh no!
Oof. How could you not care about the people who care about your community the most? How? I would like to point out the hypocrisy here, that in regards to my own Discord, she has been constantly suggesting me not being harsh enough. But when a staff member actually is kicked for breaking rules, she does this?
It's nice. It's good. It's good. Illuminaughti's so smart, guys. It's fucking incredible.
All right. Here she is, twisting the facts about the VC she had with OT around the time the PETA was banned around 2 a.m. Note that the dates mean that she has been spinning this twisted narrative of what actually happened for a very long time, about 2.5 years. Here she is, still harping on the same Discord situations yet again, venting about it in some group DM. This is all after I had left Sad Milk. Venting.
Why do you continue to go after somebody that isn't doing anything? I have 3 new alerts. The fuck? Hold on. That was 12 days ago. I got an alert. What was this alert for? Someone is fine. May challenge. Okay, there we go.
And nitpicking my wording in a DM. At this point, the argument isn't even if the situation was resolved or not. And to clarify, yes, I do think there is
How petty? Let me be honest here. How petty do you have to be to continue a conversation that happened 2 years ago over something that was handled instantaneously? That is maybe the pettiest fucking thing I've ever heard of. If it's already been resolved, it's already been handled, the mods were handled, the pedo was handled, and Click said, thank you for letting me know and doing that, and you said you were proud of him, why the fuck are you carrying on about it like nothing happened? That Click just let it continue to happen? Why are you talking to people in DMs about it, in group chats about it, Blair? The fuck is wrong with you? Like, what in the actual fuck is wrong with you? Are you that obsessively deranged that you have to talk shit about everybody, whoever walks your path? Just like how you said that Nick and Tommy made fun of your cancer and your miscarriage, which they didn't even know about, and you put that out there saying that they did? What is wrong with you? Hold on. What is like actually wrong with you? At the end of the day, Blair, what's wrong with you? It's not even mental health. This is like, okay, the best analogy for me to give you guys, right? Think about it in this context. You know, in high school, there's that one girl or guy that would always run around and like whisper to everybody and be like, hey, did you know that Cindy is fucking Mark and they're having a baby, and nobody knew about it. They didn't want to talk about it. They didn't want it out there, but they still fucking kept bringing that up. They kept bringing it up to random fucking people for no reason, but they haven't been friends with Cindy for like 2 fucking years, yet they still act like they can talk about them. That's Blair. Blair is the annoying bitch from high school that wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Distinct difference between personally targeting a minor with nudes or extorting them for nudes versus posting some random lewd artwork from Twitter in an inappropriate chat room. Both are bad, but they are not in the same ballpark. Me clarifying that is a very odd thing to nitpick and vent about. Here's the same chat room again, twisting a joke from a collab video from myself and OT. Trigger warning, pedo stuff. We were watching an old video from OT and Click last night, and part of the discussion, they were discussing OT memes, and they made a driver of the free candy van joke. Holy poo!
Oh my god. Ah! Oh god. They made a pedophile joke. They made a pedophile joke. Oh my god. Hold on, Willie. Holy fuck, Willie. Jesus. I'm fucking crying. But like,
what
yikes.
the frick?
God, a pedophile joke.
Really? A white van joke is your banger evidence? I mean, as if the Discord stuff wasn't already misinterpreted and overhyped enough. What is this? Are you serious? Here's the same chat room again, in what I'm assuming is suggesting that my my god, I'm so down with the kids boomer joke from Twitter
from Kofi
has
user.
pedo implications.
Ah, somebody donated from to Kofi. Thank you for the direct dono. Those are super helpful. Let's see here. Blair's sitting there being retarded, clogging toilets while shit she shouldn't. Holy fuck. Blair's sitting there being retarded, clogging toilets with shit she shouldn't have started. Now she's pissed because she's being outsmarted. Click bought receipts from when they parted. Was that Pigeon? Pigeon, you're a fucking genius. If you whoever made that haiku in my direct donos is a fucking genius. That was amazing. You are the greatest haiku writer ever.
Oh, the younglings think I'm so cool. Oh my god, if straws were growing on straws, this would be the straws that were being grasped at, man. What the hell? Here she is, leaking and nitpicking a message from me to my staff, proving that she did indeed have insiders in my mod team after
nice,
she
Brandon.
and I had
That was
parted
good.
ways
That was
and
good,
the crossover
Brandon.
staff had officially left. She says, yikes, and here is me saying that, oh yeah, you notice the staff has left again. Basically, what happened is that OT and I left Sad Milk. It was becoming an increasingly tense environment with the group, and at the end of the day, we had no real option but to take a step back. With that change, not surprising that staff from Sad Milk was asked to leave, and I hold no grudge over it. The positive side to this is we will have more freedom within our own ranks to form this place as we want it to be without too much influence from outside parties. Paired with that, I will now have more time on my hands, and I can help with day-to-day tasks. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in staff chats or DMs. I apologize for this rocky road, and I hope it will be easier in the near future. I will also book yet another meeting, Lemao, in the near future. Love y'all. He just lied to his staff about what really happened. What, I just said that people left. They did, though.
That's not lying. That's just being upfront. It's like, yeah, people left the server because of a situation that happened. There we go. He's lying! Blair jumps to the immediate accusation of, he's lying! Oh, goody, he's a liar!
They weren't asked to leave. Oh, wait, I read that wrong, but he's pinning it on me. Why are you spying on my Discord, man? She's just spying on private conversation I'm having with my, 7 mods, nitpicking specific wording. Yeah, I said she told her staff to leave because her staff left in the middle of the night without explanation. Nobody told me anything else. What exactly should I have assumed? All I had was this when I specified to the staff that they were still friends. I want to let you know that one topic and I are leaving Sad Milk. There's no bad blood, but the project is moving in a direction I simply cannot follow. I know this might cause some conflicting interest for the staff that are both here and in Sad Milk, and if you want to talk about it, I'm always open. In my book, you're welcome, independent of what projects are happening. And they're saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna stay here, I'm your friend, blah blah blah. But when I took the screenshots, the names were already white. They left in the middle of the night, and the only context I had to this was a random piece of a no-mic VC chat that read like this. What the? Of course, I'm just confused. Understandable. Has everyone left Click already? Okay, I'm gone. Team Blair all the way. F those dudes. Of course not. The Click is going to be interesting from now on. Good luck with that. It's going to be interesting. Any coffee for this Click was my original home, but still F him. So I don't...
So Blair was telling people that Click was a horrible guy, and then she took people from his server and moved them to hers. That's incredible. Thank you guys for all the likes, by the way. We're at 83 likes with 225 people watching. Let's get those likes up.
Know exactly what was said about me, but I suppose her
a like goal of 100.
Horrible I was, just as was done in her video, isn't technically asking them to leave, I guess. It's probably worse. Going back to the rumor machine, here's the same chat room again. Digging through my very oldest content looking for dirt. Let's play Minecraft with Crazy Part 2. Minecraft Alpha 1.2.6. Ah, the R word is here. Minecraft Alpha 1.2.6. Jesus Christ, I was a high schooler in 2010 playing Minecraft for my 12 followers. Oh. And here's the chat that keeps going.
That's pathetic. is that you're digging back 10 years when somebody is a fucking teenager to find old edgy content. Doesn't Blair know that she has edgy content out there? Who is she to like stand on a moral high ground of I have no edgy content? Everybody who says that I have edgy content, everyone that who has edgy content is a horrible person. How the fuck does that work? How do you rationalize calling someone out for something like that when you've done the same thing? That's called hypocrisy, children. Listen to Chris. That's called being an idiot. That's called calling someone out because you have nothing else to call them out for. Who cares if somebody made edgy content back in the day? I don't give a fuck. The difference between edgy content and somebody being malicious is that one is specifically based in the entertainment factor of somebody making jokes and everything along those lines. If somebody's being directly malicious and actually going out of their way to say, kill all blank, or like just fill the blank, yeah, there's a fucking huge difference. And Blair trying to be like, we have to dig up information, 10-year-old video of him playing Minecraft and saying edgy jokes is that's absolutely retarded. That doesn't make any sense. It makes you look weak. It makes you look like you don't have anything of substance to add to the conversation. You're ridiculous, Blair.
Ever since she made some announcements, some fans are putting it together. While I am mostly the big bad bish, some are figuring it out. Listen, I have Click on video saying the F slur and R slur. He will put himself up with his own ego like I won't have to do anything of that. He's gonna muddy his own hands and unravel it himself. Oh yeah, it's in his old videos. They are still live on his channel. Hobbies are a good way to spend your time? What the hell? And this is her just hyping people up to be more hateful towards me because of my old bad jokes when I was a teenager. So much for this just happening to come out when I left Sad Milk. This, to me, looks like a very planned smear campaign, and she had a very big hand in it. Here is her talking again. I'm a level with y'all here, reading through the things and seeing this person in the chat excusing Click saying the R slur because it was 10 years ago, and it's irrelevant is super yikes to me.
It's irrelevant? Hey, Blair, remember when you used to make SJW content and shit on people that you're trying to pander to now? Remember that? So all of that is now irrelevant? Huh? For you, at least? For me, I don't give a shit. But the hypocrisy angle is what I have an issue with you. Normally, I wouldn't care if you had edgy content, but you trying to fucking judge someone for edgy content when you've done it yourself? You're pathetic. You're insecure. You're fucking pathetic. And Rico was fat as fuck.
Again, I'm the same age as Click, and that word wasn't even in my vocabulary. Not 10 years ago, not now, because it was never appropriate. And here is the same chat keeping going, digging through even more of it. It's like, oh, here's another video where there was a bad word. It turns out even the random allegations against mine and OT's podcast we had to address last summer originated from this group, with the same people involved hyping up the person making the allegations both publicly and privately, at least according to people that have come forward to me. So based on what I have seen, she, along with some staff and others, would sit in this chat and just hype up each other's hatred for us, grasping at straws. And if this wasn't enough, here's a former staff member of hers getting paid to sift through raw audio recordings of me looking for dirt, more specifically the R word. I needed to work with this person to help me find Click saying the R slur in Sad Milk's raw audio. I can do that, just let me grab a shower and I'll be down. She claims he said it in a Sad Milk video but can't remember which one, and she's over her head. I'll pay you $200 to find it, and here's the payment. I mean, it's just an example. I'm sure there's more, which I don't have a problem with the word R, but she does for some reason, even though she uses it in private. Oh my god, is this like serious drama?
No, it's not. Okay, for you, Click, you were dragged into this for no fucking reason, right? For some reason, Blair decided to take a massive pod shot at you and expected to walk away scot-free. That is the craziest part to me, is that she had no reason to do this. She could be like, hey, you know, me and Click had creative differences, and you know, back in the day, I was pretty brutal. I used to try to take control of situations. There was a situation with a moderation thing. it was handled, and we went our separate ways after that. And, you know, no issue to Click and his mod team. That's all you had to do. You could have, like, worded it that way and be like, that's the main reason why we no longer work together. Instead, you decide to insinuate that him and his Discord allow pedophilia to happen, and that they didn't act fast enough. Are you fucking out of your mind? Are you out of your fucking mind? Also, thank you, Ebola-chan666, for your first super chat. Let's go. Hopefully the first of many. Love to see that. Let's see here. I'm going to let the TTS play out on that one.
At this point, it's like, am I supposed to take this seriously, man?
It's becoming funny.
To be honest, I don't care if she uses the R word behind closed doors, but also to be this up in arms about it when others do it, that's just like rampant hypocrisy, man. Come on. She actually paid people to dig up dirt and run smear campaigns on ex-colleagues.
$200 to dig up dirt. $200 to dig up dirt. I am telling you right now, $200 is way too much fucking money to dig up dirt on people. Nor should you want to do that unless they're fucking a horrible human being. But that doesn't seem to be the case with the Click. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why are you doing this? What's the point? You just pissed away $200 for a guy saying retard one time. Thank you, Transflamenco, for the 5 gifted. That's fucking sweet of you. Thank you very much. Fight Bunk. Please. I need some entertainment in my life.
I bet the banned pedo account was an alt account of Blair's to try and cause mutiny in the Discord server while knowing the Click was likely asleep.
I can maybe see that. That can't be confirmed, though, especially with the history.
Her words are more consistent than her arguments. She's trying to reach very hard for any point she can. Shame she's got baby-sized arms.
That is true. That is literally true. Oh, God. Thank you, Transflamenco, for the 5 again. Genuinely appreciate it.
Specifically snooping through my oldest content, years of decade-old content, and compiling it. I was like in high school and still learning English, playing Minecraft Alpha. Are you... Oh my god! Some rounding off thoughts. If she genuinely was so concerned about me being harmful, why did she never do anything? If she genuinely believed children were being harmed in my Discord, or I was a rampant racist, a homophobe, ableist, why was the best thing she could do is start rumors, vent in Discord, and vague post on Twitter?
Because she's an insecure bitch. That's what it is. She's an insecure bitch. That's what it is. From everything I've heard from people who've personally known her to all of now her collaborators, the overall picture that I am getting of Blair is that she is a bitch. Bitch. That's what I'm getting.
Why would she do this? When I left, I wrote out a pleasant exit message detailing I still considered everyone friends. In our last DM together, I wished her the best. Why? Why would she go through all this trouble, even spend money just to try to ruin myself and others? Why would she do all of this to someone who considered her a friend? Well, hello there. It's Click from the future here. I was just finishing editing this video where I got a few more things from ex-staff of hers and other people that have burned that bridge. The first couple screenshots is from one of our ex-admins showing that they did indeed reach out to me about the issues in the Discord, and here is me confirming that I did indeed address it. Here is that same person talking to Blair about the information in the Discord, claiming that I did indeed take action when the information reached me. So that's all well and good. There is a second story basically confirming my innocence.
Dude, one of her mods turned on her and was like, yeah, bro, you did acknowledge it, and Blair saw that you acknowledged it and still lied about it. That's incredible. Oh, Lord have fucking mercy. That's incredible.
Since in that I'm not a horrific Discord owner, but what has me a bit surprised is the next few screenshots. Here is Iilluminaughtii having a conversation with the same admin, sharing the same kind of, dirt digging old videos that we've seen previously in this video. And she says, 16 seconds, the alt account is gonna love this. In the next screen.
The alt account is going to love this. Huh. I'm gonna show you guys some stuff.
Shot, you can see her writing out a draft. I saw in the Sad Milk announcement, I follow all the milkmen, now I'm seeing the comments. We all agree it's obviously not on good terms. Blair tweeting about being stabbed in the back, etc., etc. This draft matches with one of the posts made by an alt account called Idubbbz on Reddit. And this is the entirety of the post. This is the truth about Sad Milk. It really looks like creative differences is dumb AF. Blair tweeting about being stabbed in the back, one topic, leaving his supporter server, and then so on and so forth. And I was a big fan of The Click. I thought his streams were great, blah, blah, blah. But then I think Blair saw some of his streams. He did a stream where he watched some of his old videos. So this is actually Blair on an alt account making the claims that Blair must have seen some of his old videos randomly. She totally wasn't paying people to dig up dirt. This is her on an alt account, spreading misinformation and trying to enhance her own image. Here's another little funny post from the same account where she forgot to switch accounts and interacting with the Animal Crossing subreddit, at least according to Oz. Here it keeps going. Hey, listen, Blair, I'm putting this all together. What kind of cover-up is this? Click was saying these bad things, created differences. Click is a liar. And not to claim some one topic is friends with someone while pretending to be wholesome and good. This is all Blair replying to her own announcement under an alt account.
Breathe. Don't freak out. Your neighbors tell you all the time that when you yell, they hate you for it. Remember that. Blair. Blair. At any point, you are not allowed to say that that is a fake stalker. No, I won't buy it. If you say this is my stalker, Amy, or some fucking bullshit like that, like the creep show art defense, I swear to God, Blair, your channel will bleed more than you've ever seen in your life if you try to respond to that as a stalker.
Sock puppets, Batman.
$200? $200 for a mod to look up fucking dirt on somebody, and then you write alternate account Reddit posts and then tell other people that you're doing that about The Click? If you dare to respond to this, Blair, I'm literally doing an open message to you. Blair, I swear to fucking God, if you do the creep show art defense of, it's a stalker, they're just making shit up, they're only on the lolcow forums, that's not really me. I swear to God, if you do that shit, I swear to God.
One mod got the easiest $200 in their life.
Yeah, I know. God, I'd fucking kill to get paid $200 for that shit.
Count. And it keeps going. Click said the N-word and replies and claiming I'm not going to reply. I'm horrible. Here is a long post. I'm not gonna. You can.
What is this schizophrenic writing? That is on par with Dream's fucking post that he just made about Quackity. Holy shit. There's no shot, bro. There's no shot. I cannot wait to see what Lance has to say about all the criticism that Blair's getting. I can't wait.
Also, if you want to read the whole thing, I don't want to. Here is the same account, Idubbbz on Twitter. This was an account I remember distinctly from 2020, 2021 that was relentlessly harassing myself, my friends, my colleagues, my streaming colleagues, past colleagues, ex-Sad Milk members, community members, you name it. You name it. At the time, I wrote it off as a disgruntled troll with...
When your ex sends a breakup text. Exactly. When your crazy ex spoofs her number into, like, different numbers and she texts you on, like, random fucking numbers. And it's like, one of them's like, I know what you did. Or, you're a piece of shit. Or, I miss you. And it's all different numbers because you keep blocking all the numbers. That's exactly what this is. A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ignore it.
A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ignore it. A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ignore it. A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ignore it. A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ignore it. A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ignore it. A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ignore it. A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ignore it. A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ignore it. A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ignore it. A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ignore it. A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ignore it. A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ignore it. A little bit too much time on their hands and tried my best to ign This was Blair all along. She was making alt accounts to spread her stuff because she probably knows deep down inside that the stuff she was digging up on me and all the stuff she was doing was so petty that she could never actually make a public statement of it. So she did this just to get back at an ex-colleague.
That's pathetic.
She did this. She paid people to dig up dirt, make alt accounts, harass me for months. Why? Why? And it keeps going. Here it is on Twitter, tagging me, tagging herself. Here it's tagging Def Noodles. Here it's tagging Midnight Palma, Damien.
It tagged Def Noodles. Oh God. I shouldn't have laughed at that.
It's tagging a bunch of people from the community and Salty. It's tagging Amanda the Jedi. We had her on the guest on the podcast, and you come after Amanda the Jedi? Here's Vamps getting the same posts. Here arguing with a bunch of fans. Here's one topic with his wholesome the Halloween special. Oh, Doobie Schmertz. Right there. Well, isn't that just wholesome and sweet? Here's Anne Mine with a cute artwork about myself, OT and Salty. And yep, Illuminaughti's right there with her alt account, posting this slanderous video that she edited together, collecting all the worst things she deemed from stuff I said when I was barely of legal age. And it keeps going. Here it keeps tagging one topic. Here it's tagging Blair again. It goes on. It keeps going.
I actually feel horrible for the clique. I really do. This dude had to deal with the most fucked shit. This person is a schizophrenic. This person is Shannon. This is Creepshow Art 2.0, bro. This is Creepshow Art 2.0 if I've ever seen it before in my entire life. Bro, the clique, bro, listen, this is like my message to you if one of his people are watching and they want to send it to him. I feel genuinely like sorry for you. I really do, bro. Like it's a horrible thing when somebody who's your ex-colleague does something horrible and you find out about it and they were working against you the whole time. I feel terrible. I know I've laughed a lot and a lot of people laughed a lot here. We were cracking jokes, but like this is where like the joke veil is going to drop a little bit, where it's like, I feel horrible because you trusted this person. You cared about this person. You actually wanted to give your time and effort to this person. You created content with this person, and come to find out that they were behind the scenes trying to ruin you, all because of a minor dispute that was handled instantaneously and because it wasn't handled the way that they wanted. Yo, Idubbbz, yeah, I know. We're going over that soon. Trust me. We're doing this right now. Gonna let you guys know the dislike ratio on Idubbbz's video. If you're curious, so you guys can stick around for the 200 people outside the Illuminaughtii stuff. Let's see the dislike ratio real quick. The dislike ratio of Idubbbz's video is 10K likes to 10K dislikes. Just letting you know right off the bat. If you were curious, it's 10K likes to 10K dislikes. We're 100% going over this fucking video. But let's see here.
This isn't some small YouTuber beef. This isn't people being angry at each other because, ooh, someone did a bit more work in a project or not. I need a break, man. I need a break. I'll add this part to the video, and I'll let the rest of the video play out as it was originally.
I'll hold this against Oz. Let's see. Douche search. Please fucking stop what you're doing. Okay, I cannot fucking handle this. Okay, let's let this die. I'm not fucking able to record because of this stress. Okay, I'm pulling back. Work with him. Okay. Oh, God. Oz gave her pushback, too, on that fucking alt account. The fucking harassment account. What a fucking
Chapter 5.
thing.
Some other comments. Content warning, self-harm, and depression. Her video goes into a few more topics, how she wasn't paid, even though her own screenshot shows me resolving the payment after I had issues with the credit card, along with offering to help out further. And also some out-of-context schedules, which I have no idea when the screenshot is taken or...
Me and Diesel pointed that out. We're like, how come this screenshot looks weird? Why is the clicks, time zone, the times he was supposed to call in, anything, why is that gone? And he doesn't even know where this fucking came from. He doesn't even know where this screenshot came from. That is hilarious, because me and Diesel, we analyzed that. We were like, why is all of his time slots missing? What the fuck's going on here? That doesn't make any sense. Oh my god.
Or of exactly what. I have no real interest in addressing it, to be honest. It's just he said, she said stuff, and I think I've shown enough in this video to clear my name and show that she has consistently presented half-truths and twisting events to their worst possible interpretation. My intention is that this is my last address of this situation. But I would like to quickly comment on other parts of the video. What she did to Wonder is the most gross expose I have ever seen. Not only does she openly share his potential suicide note, she also shares images and talking points suggesting this man is at the end of his rope. Kicking downwards is an understatement. Some people are commenting how she bought a nice car and leased to him and gave him a job. And I would like to point out that this in of itself is quite charitable. However, it comes with the cost of full control of his life. She is not just his friend, but his landlord, car leaser, and boss. Any conversation or disagreement would be very far from a peer-to-peer interaction. And if she really wanted to help a friend who needed a car, why not just buy a used one and write over ownership of it? It's cheaper, less dependent, and the wear doesn't matter. The whole thing seems very fishy to me,
This
but...
is why I thought the pedo account is hers.
Yeah, no, I get you, Ebola, but like that's a tough one to even prove. I understand now there's a pattern of behavior set up for the idea of alt accounts creating false stories. But again, you can't prove that. Like the situation being is that he has provided, at least in what he's shown here as proof of Blair showing that she is the Doofenshmirtz account on Twitter now and the ones on Reddit. So it's not out of the wheelhouse, but I don't want to commit to that 100%. I see where you're going with it, but I can't commit.
I will let Wonder speak for himself. She also dodged Oz's entire statement, which, yeah, I'll let him tell his side of the things too. My only personal wish is that she just stops. Stop obsessing over people in Discord. Stop trying to spin a narrative or dig up dirt just because someone left your collaboration channel. We just want to be left alone. Finally, I would like to thank my community for being respectful and patient, both towards myself and others throughout this whole ordeal. And I'm looking forward to getting back to business as usual and posting my silly videos and streaming video games. And as a small side note, just to address potential comments that might come up, yes, this video is monetized to ensure it's not throttled by YouTube, because I actually want people to see it. Now, I am gonna go get drunk, and I'm gonna touch grass. Take care, and have a great...
Dude, he handled that with so much fucking grace. Holy shit. He handled that like a real professional. Jesus Christ. See, this is the thing. I saw people making arguments of like, oh, Blair provided receipts. Blair did this. Blair did that. It's all a bunch of men hating on Blair. They're all men that hate Blair. It's not the case. Blair is like an actual fucking psychopath. At least from the information that's been presented to me currently. And Blair has yet to prove to me anything. Plus, there's also the other aspect where a lot of those screenshots were cut out or misinterpreted on purpose by Blair in her video when Click has shown that evidence up front and personal. That is a good thing to do. Now, there are a couple of more things involving Blair. So I've seen this floating around, and I'm just going to put it out here. Can't confirm or deny it yet. We want to know what I found about the alt. I'm pretty sure I found a second alt account she made that existed purely to signal boost the main burner. It's called Idubbbz. Let's see here. So Doofenshmirtz is the one that they are showing to be the proof for Blair's alt account. Could always be a coincidence, but it's pretty damning to me to have the same Doobie prefix and the same creation date, because the creation date matches with the creation date on the Reddit. Then there's an additional part here. Let's see here. Apparently there's a quick video breaking this. Apparently there's a recording of this account. I want to see what it does.
Whoa! Her brain cells at an all-time low, and no other claims to go. She went full schizo, pulled a creep show, and published a slanderous manifesto.
Oh my god, that was a good one. You guys are getting really good at these TTS donation fucking poems. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? That was awesome. That was pretty sick. But this is another piece of it, right? So this is the Doofenshmirtz account that I found. I posted this on Reddit, and soon after these videos went private, and a dumb non-apology was given instead by Click. You need to apologize for saying the N-word at Not The Click. You all need to explain why you would hide this if this is why he left Sad Milk. You can't cover it up. Oh, wait, hold on. I think it's him saying the N-word. I can't play that. So this was posted in November of 2020. Now, this is the next thing I wanted to show you guys. Blair has privated their fucking Reddit page. The one that they all call her mommy. That's interesting. You know, somebody who is really supposed to be in the right here, right, guys? Like, they provided receipts. Blair did a good allegation, a good addressing of the situation. Nobody just privates a fucking Reddit for that reason. So this is somebody in the Clicks Reddit page that posted talking about what happened before it went down. Okay, I can't stop laughing. I went to check her sub just to see what her followers were saying, and they are all calling her out. But she's currently deleting every single post about the situation. I was there for 15 minutes and saw 5 different threads, read them, and when I updated the page, they were gone. If anyone, even her most hardcore fans, have any doubts she was lying, manipulating one, I'm sure they have more than enough proof now. As a side note, even if it's gone, it was somewhat wholesome seeing people defend Click and backing him up, even if they didn't know who he was before this. LMAO, she just locked her sub. That's fucking hilarious.
If Wonder's video is anything like the Click, she is 100% clearing everything Lamau.
Yeah, no. So the thing is, like, so this is the thing, right? Like, I was looking forward to the Clicks video, and I get that. But for me, the Wonder video was the one that I am extremely interested in at the end of the day, if I'm being perfectly honest. Now, you're saying to yourself, Chris, why? Why are you, like, that excited about it? Well, the thing is because Wonder, what she did is she outed all of his mental health shit too. His attempted suicide, how she lived with him and their life together and all this stuff. And I feel like that one was way more personal. Now, there are obviously serious allegations levied against the Click, and he cleared that up. But there's something about Wonder, because the Click never lived with her, right? So the Wonder video and potentially the Oz video, if Oz does do something, is going to add a lot more shit moving forward about, like, the mindset of Blair and how she handled behind the scenes stuff and the alt accounts. There's probably going to be a lot more information that we don't know yet, other than what I've heard behind the scenes. Let's see here. Reddit post you conveniently deleted. Here, guys, I actually have an archived post of one of her Reddits. Let's see here. Lies, spies, and deception. So this is from Iilluminaughtii subreddit before they shut it down. So I've watched the Clicks response and the whole situation, and oh my god, oh my dear God, Blair, this makes you look 15,000 times worse. You conveniently omit the fact that at the time that horrible person was in Mark's Discord, it was 2 a.m. his local time. Following Mark's exit from Sad Milk, you go on a full-blown smear campaign? Lol. You actively had people in his Discord essentially waiting for him to say anything so that you could potentially use against him, no matter how small, and then used alt accounts to spread the rumors.
Whoa! Blair and Shannon are proof that you can have a crazy ex even without dating them. They got that astrology power that'll make them ruin your life.
True. Very true. You can't even argue that. That is incredibly true. Let's continue on. All of your evidence against Mark is so flimsy and yet weird and invasive. It's almost creep show art levels of bad. Even her own Reddit is calling her Shannon. That's amazing. Mark's entire video has outed you as an obsessive, bitter person who had a personal vendetta against Mark and other ex-associates of Sad Milk. The game is up, Blair. You have actively harassed this man for years. You're shameful. Edit. To whoever gave platinum, I love you. My post has been deleted. Good Lord, are you shallow, Blair? Publicly calling out censorship, and now you're partaking in it. Oh, God. See, this is the thing. The anti-MLM people are the ones that'll cover shit up the most. Let's see here. I don't want to do that. So let's take a look at Blair's social blade at the current moment. Now, again, social blade is like 50-50 on the accuracy aspect, but with sub counts, it's pretty accurate. Since April 21st, loss of 10K, did not gain anything. As of the 25th, loss of 10K, 27th, loss of 10K, 28th, loss of 10K, May 1st, loss of 10K, May 2nd, loss of 10K, May 3rd, loss of 10K. That is a consistent bleed. That is a consistent bleeding that is happening right now. Look at this. That is disgusting. That is demoralizing to literally the worst fucking way imaginable. 10K a day recently she's been losing subs because of the situation with Click. That is fucked. That is fucked. She's not gonna. She might recover from this, obviously, because big YouTubers usually recover from this shit. They'll take like a hit for a few months and then come back. But she shouldn't. She shouldn't be welcomed back with open arms, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Now, chat, I'm gonna give you guys the option here. We can go on to Lance Defense of Blair, or we can go over the Idubbbz content cop on Froggy Fresh. You guys have choice. I'm going to give you guys the choice here. There are about 282 people here. You guys have the Surf's Defense of Blair, or you guys have the Idubbbz content cop on Froggy Fresh that just dropped. It's up to you guys. I'm gonna let that go for a bit. I'm gonna say thank you to a few people for the viewer activity and some donos real quick. I want to say thank you to Gotham for the 5. Thank you, Grizzly, for the re-up of 4 months. Orson with the re-up of 8 months. Heezy with the re-up of 3 months. Sarah with the 10. Nicole with the 2. Quantum's kind sexy dad with the 2 months. I can't get over that. Jenny with the 5. Pigeon Salad with the 5. Pigeon Salad with another 5. Pigeon Salad with a 10. Ebola Chan with a 5. That's their first. By the way, guys, 07's for Ebola Chan. First super chat in this chat. Pigeon Salad with the 5. Transflamenco with the 5 gifted subs. That is really fucking awesome. Thank you guys so much. The memberships are what keep the membership is what keeps the channel alive. I'll be perfectly honest. If you guys want to donate members or re-up your memberships, those really help. QTV's felony charge with the 2. Got him with the 2. Ebola Chan with another 2. Pigeon Salad with another 5. Got him with another 5. And Gurk Garb with the 4.99. Thank you guys so much for your generous donations. Let's see here. We have 86 votes so far. Once it reaches 100 votes, we'll move on with what you guys want. We're at 91 votes. We're gonna do both. I just want to know which one you guys want to do. Oh, thank you, Bonnie, for the re-up of the membership for 3 months. Thank you, Bonnie. I can't say thank you too much, Bonnie, because Leon will hear me talk about you, and then he's gonna come into the chat and start bullying you. Yes, you are a loser gamer. You are a loser gamer. You guys have 5 more votes, and then we will go with the chat. This is a democratically elected chat, people. Democratically elected. We can go all fucking night. I do not care. There's so much shit going on. Remember when you become the next Turkey Tom? I will never be the next Turkey Tom. Tom is 50 times better than me. Lance reacting to Idubbbz, bro. If Lance reacted to Idubbbz, I don't even know what to say to that. I would straight up call into Lance's show and just start screaming at him if he tried to even defend Idubbbz. All right, so we have over 100 of all 106 votes. We're going with Lance. We're going with Lance. All right. Thank you, Devil's Advocate, for the 2 euro. I think that's euro. I think that's the 2 euro.
Still can't believe it all started with a fat joke.
Yeah, can you imagine that all this shit started because one person made a fat joke against a random fucking person? Like, think about that. A fat joke against a random dude in the Tommy Shot from the Point server. And all this shit just happened because of one Fat joke. All right, let's laugh at Lance.
A bunch of men colluding with each other against one.
Let's laugh at Lance. All right, the chat decided laughing at Lance defending Blair. Oh God. Okay, so if you don't know who Lance is a part of the Serfs. Now, the Serfs are a super left-leaning organization and YouTube channel. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm not a super political person. I really am not, if you haven't noticed. I really don't give a shit. Your right side, red, blue, right, left, I don't fucking care. You're all idiots to me. I care about what makes sense. That's the ridiculous thing. Thank you, Mark, for the re-up of the 4 months. Thank you. Yeah, make sure you guys re-up. If you get gifted a membership, make sure you guys re-up. Don't let those memberships go to waste. But Lance is known as a loser. Loser. Lance is a loser. He's always been known as a loser. Every time I see him tweet, he's a loser. And from what I understand, Lance decided to pull the Illuminati card of everything being misogynistic against her. Now, chat, do I come across misogynistic to women? Has my channel been predominantly shitting on men? Absolutely. My channel is mostly shitting on men because it's funny and I don't get to shit on women very often. I don't really care if you have a dick, if you don't have a dick, if you have anything in between. I don't give a fuck. If you are somebody that does something stupid, I'm making fun of you. It's not a sexist thing. And Lance taking the defense of, oh, it's just all misogyny. It's everywhere. The misogyny is everywhere. That's not true. Just because a bunch of people she used to run in circles with are mostly men that are criticizing her does not invalidate the criticism. So let's see here. Let's switch this over. I want you guys to listen to the first second because it's an hour and 16. We're not doing the whole hour and 16. I'd rather blow my brains out. We're gonna skip around and see how stupid it is because I've only seen like a handful of minutes. So let's see how it goes.
It's a bunch of men colluding with each other against one woman. Thank you. That was my read as well, and the one I didn't want to say in the background, but I was like, that's what this really feels like.
Lance, you can't be this fucking stupid, Lance. You can't be this stupid. You look fucking stupid, but I didn't think you were this stupid, Lance. Really? You're jumping out the gate with the misogyny angle, Lance? I know that it's coming up. You've put that in as a precursor, like what you're discussing, but you felt like that was such an important point to be in the beginning of your video that you cut that. Realize what this is, chat. This is a live stream he's doing. He cut out this section and put coming up on it because he thought this was an important point and something that was going to grab you to watch the fucking full VOD. That he thinks this is a good idea. He thinks that's a good point. Oh.
And I was like this, especially because it's like, that's the one exception to this, and it happened to be the person who was also responsible for organizing and for paying for everything. I was trying to tell Blair, I was like, you don't need to be like a whole bunch of men's babysitter or mother, but like that's what it sounded. And like, of course it's gonna stress you out. If I was in a business relationship and or friendship with a bunch of people, and I not only was the one who organized everything, and then they wouldn't show up for certain dates, and I was like, hey, you have to tell me when your free schedule is so we can record our videos, so we can update them. We're all paying.
So Lance, let me ask you this. Look, I can't even get through the coming up part. Lance, so does that mean that you're allowed to treat people like shit? Does that give a pass that somebody could start acting like a douchebag behind the scenes just because you're frustrated that they don't fit the time constraint crunch that you are looking for? Does that give you the right, Lance? I'm so confused. This is why people don't take you seriously, you fucking idiot. This is why nobody likes you, Lance.
The editors collectively, so can you please each give me like $3,000 so we can all pay the editors? No one's giving me the money. Okay, so I paid the editors. Now I'm gonna have to like chase you all down. Here's the receipts on every step of the way. Like that. And then after the fact, to have everyone like band together to be like, oh shit, oh, what, he was mean to us in a meeting. He yelled that one time, you know?
I fucking hate Lance. Oh my god. I couldn't even make... We are 1 minute in. 1 minute, chat. 1 minute. One fucking minute. One. And I already want to scratch the roof of my mouth with a loaded shotgun. I already want to taste what a hollow point would feel like. Holy shit, Lance.
All right, I'll give a quick recap to everyone who's like, what is going on? So, last Thursday or Friday, I believe, Iilluminaughtii made a post about Legal Eagle, concerned for her editors. And she was doing this thing where she was talking basically along the lines of, it looks like one of Legal Eagle's editors has been frequently in different venues.
Check the ratio. All right, yeah. You know what? Let's check the ratio on Lance's video. Hold on. I gotta find it. Hold on. You know what? Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. All right, chat. Start taking bets. Start taking bets, chat, on how you think the ratio went for Lance's video. I want to see what your bets are. Oh, Weaver, you ruined it for everybody. Here we go, chat. Here, you can take a nice screenshot if you want to one-up on Lance. The diss... Oh, no! The like to dislike ratio. Holy shit! Oh no. I'm disliking that. Oh, Lance. Oh. Dude, Lance got fucking raped. Holy shit. Oh my god. It's so bad. I added to that. Hold on, I have to add to the Idubbbz one too, because I have to add I feel like we're on a dislike spree now. Hold on. Idubbbz. We need the hold on. Click. Okay. Oh god. And it's almost in perfect harmony, the Idubbbz video. Oh man. All right, let's continue on with what Lance had to say. Man, the dislike ratio is bad.
Pursuing one of her editors to get templates and or techniques from them, and asking them a variety of things, as in, how do you do this? Let me know, or I'm gonna figure it out another way. And then going into the Discord and asking the same thing. So basically, Blair was standing up for her editor, and I respect that. I would do the same thing.
So you hold on, Lance. So you're telling me that you would make an unfounded allegation based on the words of one person. I understand that you could trust someone, right? Think about it like this. You could trust somebody, right? You could trust a coworker, a friend, a family member, anything, right? My thing is, though, is if it's about someone else that a friend of mine is telling me, I maybe want to get the information before I make it public, and I am a large public figure. Maybe take the fucking time to look at what they said and see if it's a non-issue or not, Lance. Instead, because you're an idiot, Lance, you decide that it's totally okay. Oh my god. After 1 minute, it's clear that Lance will survive a zombie invasion. He's the only one with a non-functioning brain. That's so true.
For people I work with, I will stand up for them. In this case, I was standing up as well for Blair, because I jumped into Legal Eagle's reply, and I was like, I'm a big fan of yours, but I gotta be honest, this is kind of shady. Turns out that person was a fan of Blair's. Turns out that person was a fan of Illuminaughti's. I'm talking about Legal Eagle's editor, and that's one of the reasons why they were trying to drop into Blair's Discord, and Blair and
the click faked Blair's fake virtue signal Iilluminaughtii should have made him better, plus fake being in progressive Boulder but really in conservative CO Springs.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. Thank you for the 5, Classical. I appreciate that.
The editor's emails and stuff like that. So it wasn't at all from a place of malice. It was a big misunderstanding. And so that's why I deleted my tweets once, Legal Eagle had finally...
No. Lance, no, you can't snake out of this. You know exactly what happened. The minute you tweeted out and everybody started raining down fucking criticism like a fucking ice storm of hell to you, you buckled because you knew you were in the wrong. The minute you started to see all the large YouTubers, even Moist Critical, talked about it and how this is a stupid, non-fucking issue, you backed off. Don't pretend that you waited until Legal Eagle. You're a fucking idiot, Lance. I knew from the start that that was the most ridiculous shit to put on blast for no fucking reason. And the fact that you can't rationalize that and you're like, well, I waited until Legal Eagle said something. Why did you say something in the first place, Lance? Don't you have a fucking brain?
Cleared, or once like all this had finally been cleared up, deleted the tweets, and then I was going to issue an apology, and then all of a sudden it was fast and furious, a whole bunch of people, many of whom I've never heard of. I'm not saying this to throw any shade whatsoever.
That's a lie, Lance. You know exactly who those people are. You blocked them, Lance. Don't pretend that you don't know who you blocked, Lance.
However, this is just not my world. I've never been big into the commentary scene of YouTube in that area. So I don't know who Click was. I didn't know who Mango, like all of these other content creators. I just like, I don't know them because I don't watch that kind of stuff. And the only person I did know of, obviously, is One Topic at a Time, because One Topic at a Time, it's you know, friend of the show, VIP in the chat. We raid each other. I've played his videos on the show. I've always found him and his videos to be absolutely darling. All that kind of stuff, right? All of them were in a group back in the day. So this was kind of like, I don't know if you all know the drama in Channel Awesome, because it was like, it's that level of like all these content creators used to work together a long.
Oh my God, did Lance just invoke Channel Awesome right now? It's not to that level, Lance. I can tell you right now, it's not to the level that Channel Awesome was at, Lance. The fuck are you talking about right now? Nah, bro. Channel Awesome was a totally different fucking beast, and you're trying to equate it to Channel Awesome. You are a fucking deranged psychopath if you can compare it to that. No shot, bro. No shot.
Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, they all used to collaborate, and they've had a falling out, shall we say. Their outfit used to be called Sad Milk, and that is something that Blair has separated from. Now, I'm going to be totally transparent, and I've asked Blair's permission to share this. Before Blair, when I was like, not forming the leftist mafia, but when I was basically trying to get everyone together and be like, that was a ton of fun, we should keep doing that, you know, everyone seemed to...
When I got together and made the leftist mafia, I hate that shit. What happened to Channel Awesome? Oh my God, what didn't happen with Channel Awesome? We're going to have to go on a deep dive and a retrospective of Channel Awesome. We're going to have to do that. I like the story. I like the story of Channel Awesome. That's an old school drama. You can't, it's a non-comparable situation though. Channel Awesome was like a fucking like, that is like 50 times more deranged than this situation.
Love whatever weird recipe the leftist mafia is. It's a weird mix, you know, of a whole bunch of different personalities, entertaining styles, all that kind of stuff. You know, we're all pretty aligned in being on the left, but we also have a variety of our own beliefs as well, you know. But whatever the secret herbs and the spices are that make that particular little stew, people seem to find it delicious, and they want to have more of it. So clearly, this is fun. I love y'all. I have a blast. We should keep doing this. And Blair wanted to talk to me and tell me, Lance, just so you know, I used to be with a variety and collaborate with a variety of other content creators on the internet, and we used to do like, you know, offensive and edgy humor. And she's like, and I disavow that. I disavow those takes that I used to do back in the day. You know, I've said in various venues how that's not.
But you're trying to hold Click accountable, Blair. So you'll tell Lance, the dipshit of the left, that you disavow all that stuff, but now it's not, but you try to turn around and say, well, I disavow it, and you can't, I'm not going to be held to that anymore because I no longer take pride in it. Click does the same thing, but then you try to dig up all that information to use it against him and create alt accounts to tweet about it. Lance, you got played. You got played hard, bro, and this is why you're dumb.
Not who I am anymore, and honestly, I've changed and grown a lot as a person. Now, someone like me, I wasn't famous on the internet like a decade ago, so I don't have that version of myself in permanence somewhere on the internet, but I've said this before, my takes on a variety of topics a fucking decade ago were shitty. Like, if you were to ask me what my views were on trans people, I would probably say some transphobic fucking asshole nonsense because I didn't know. If you were to ask me my views on gay people, even as a gay dude who can hide my gayness, because at the end of the day, it's not the majority of me, you know, whatever you want to call my bisexuality or pansexuality.
Thank you for the first super chat ever, AD. One of many, hopefully. Thank you for stopping by.
I'm mostly straight, so it was really easy to just hide in the shadows and kind of just be like, oh, ignore those thoughts there. They're not real. I was homophobic. I'm a homophobic gay guy. It's true. I'm a homophobic queer. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to deprogram all that shit that is fucking deeply entrenched into.
My mom always told me lies come with lots of little details that have nothing to do with the conversation.
It's fair enough. Your mother's a smart woman. Can we just be real? Did he just say he's a homophobic gay man? Am I just being ignorant that I have no idea what the fuck that means? The entire other half of my family is comprised of the gay community. Like, a lot of my aunts and uncles, they're all gay, like cousins gay, like it's just how it is. I don't think they're all like really old school, like Brooklyn Italians, you know, like the really fucking edgy kind of Italians. And they're gay. And I've never heard anyone in my family at any point in my entire life, even with friends of mine that are gay, ever say the words, I am a homophobic gay person. He used to be phobic? What? He also said he's mostly... Wait, what? Chris, he said he used to be? Yeah, I know. It's just a weird thing that I can't wrap my brain around the concept of that. I feel like I'm being ignorant, that I don't know what the fuck that means. It means internalization of homophobia of others. How do you have internalized homophobia? Can't you just, like, be cool with people? Like, but the concept of, like, having an issue on the inside of yourself, being like, I don't know if I really hate people or not, I'm trying to get out of this mindset. I don't understand that. I really don't. Like, how do you not just say, okay, bro, live your life? Like, what? Who the fuck cares? The only people that you should be vitriolically evil to is pedophiles and, like, rapists. Those people are fucking horrible human beings that need to be, like, excommunicated from the world. Lance beat himself up a year ago and realized what's up. I've been taking it in the butt exclusively for my whole adult life, and I just learned what surf was today, and this shit is stupid.
Me, but there's so many times when I won't even think twice about someone will do something. I'm like, oh fuck, look at that dick rider over there, huh? And you're like, wait, why did I say that? Wait, why would it be a bad thing to be a dick rider? Being a dick rider is base. Fuck, and people who want people to ride their dicks want dick riders. Why is that a negative thing? Why did I just think that or say that? That's weird. But you know what? Like, happens all the time. So I'm not prefacing this with a whole bunch of stuff to be like, you know, everyone has to be at a certain level of whatever you want to call it, wokeness at any given time. It's that when Blair told me that, I was like,
oh, okay, Camus. As a bi man now, I actually collab on the search for moments. I used to be straight. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I just needed somebody to clarify that because I was like genuinely confused. I was like, that's a thing that people have to struggle with. I'm not making fun of it. I was just confused at the time. Thank you, JFA, for the 2. I am not reading that out loud.
Yes. That doesn't surprise me, because if I would have been famous on the internet, you know, 12, 15 years ago, would have had shitty takes that are now a matter of public record. I mean, everyone is always working on it, everyone's always improving, but we're all fucking up all the time. We're all saying fucked up shit all the time. We always do that kind of stuff, but if it's stuff that was in your past, you disavowed, you've gotten far away from it.
Imagine your entire life having brown hair, so you believe that. And okay, I got you.
Then, I mean, I am all about restorative justice. I'm all about people, you know, improving themselves, because we all benefit from that. Society benefits. Like, it's going to be better for society if everyone deprograms their queerphobia, especially.
Okay, Lance, how did you leave this? Okay, Lance, I'm not listening to this anymore. We already heard the defense. I'll be honest. Chat, I'm going to ask you, do you want to keep listening to Lance ramble the fuck on about retard shit? Do you want to sit there? Oh, excuse me. I said retard. I have to. Ugh. Sorry, I said retard. I had to take a bump. It's fake, YouTube, before you ban me. Oh god, some of it got really up my nose. Holy shit. But do you guys want to listen to Lance anymore? I'm getting annoyed. I'm gonna be honest. Lance is like pissing me off, chat. We already heard the defense. I don't want to listen to this. Thank you. I see the majority of the chat saying no. All right, perfect. We are going to go over the Idubbbz situation then. Fuck this. Oh, God. Oh, some of the powder actually, like, went into my fucking sinuses. Oh, God, it burns. The fucking, oh, God, the flour. It's not actually cocaine.
It's like you came back.
It's flour. It's flour. Jesus Christ, my fucking nose hurts. Okay. Oh, that hurt. Okay. That's it. Fuck Lance. I'm not doing this anymore. Lance made me hurt. Oh. Yeah, Lance is a fucking idiot. I couldn't even listen to like 5 seconds of that shit. So, we are going to be moving on from the Iilluminaughtii stuff to Idubbbz versus Froggy Fresh. Apparently, Idubbbz just dropped a pseudo content cop on Froggy. I haven't seen this yet. Some group chats I'm in are saying a lot of interesting things about this video. Nothing positive. I can guarantee you that the group chats that I am in, no one in particular, basically all of them, every single group chat I'm in is just like, what the fuck is this video? This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. If you don't know the situation in regard to Idubbbz and Froggy Fresh, I will make it incredibly short for you. Idubbbz, creator clash. Oh, God. It's not real. It's not real Coke. Oh, God. Chris on his Kevel's arc. Yes, Camus.
Powder in your nose. Chris on his Kevel's arc.
That's the thing, Camus. That was the joke. Every time I say the word, the R slur, the dreaded R slur, I could say it now if I just do a fake bump every time, because Keffel said that they aren't what's the word if you view that as promise or that, well, thank you, Weaver, for stopping by. Every time Keffel says the dreaded R slur, she was high on cocaine. So apparently I can get away with saying the R slur if I just take a bump. I watched it. If you hear all the Illuminati sponsor the relevant stuff, yeah, okay. So it's just a joke, Camus. It's just a joke. It's not real cocaine. And if anyone thinks it's real, you're an idiot. I will even emphasize at the end of the stream for the YouTube bot that's going to go in and get mad at me, it is not real.
It's like you came back.
But let me finish. So Froggy Fresh was kicked from Creator Clash for making an OnlyFans joke against his wife. Froggy Fresh made a light jab at Idubbbz' wife. She and him decided to remove him from the card. It caused an uproar. Harley from Epic Mealtime decided to go in and argue with Keemstar and everybody. Everyone was demanding for Froggy to go back on the card. That didn't happen. Chris Raygun got beat like a bitch in the ring. That's all you got to really know. And Froggy did dirty.
It's like you...
And Idubbbz decided to drop a fucking pseudo content cop on Froggy Fresh. So this is going to be a shit show.
You came back and you were a pawn in some game of 4D chess, and I think you found out that Idubbbz and Anissa don't play games.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Brief update, I am healed from Creator Clash 2. It was a success. Alex Wasabi beat me up. He won his fight fair and square, and I have all the respect for Alex. He's a good competitor, and I have respect for all the other fighters on the Creator Clash card. And thank you to all the fans who came. It was an amazing event. I'm very happy, very emotional, awesome experience. I'll never forget it.
Do you guys ever miss his original openers? You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, chat? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like his original openers, like the content cop openers where you did like a skit and there was something funny and it built into the situation. Where is that energy? This is why I don't like Idubbbz. Where is the energy? Where is the guy that made things comedic and pointed? Right now, it just looks like he's about to whine for 25 minutes about the Froggy Fresh thing. I'm literally about to watch a grown man whine about this shit. I can literally feel it. I can feel it already. I can feel like just a solid 25 minutes of bitching and moaning is coming my way. I don't want to, God damn it.
Said all that, you guys are here for the juice and the grease. So I'm going to give you guys the grease and the juice. and that all has to do with Froggy Fresh. The reason I didn't address any of this sooner is because I was terrified of jeopardizing the success of the event, because there are a lot more people involved in this than just Anissa and I didn't want to fuck it up for them. These are people that I really care about, and I felt like it would be very selfish if I was like, I understand public perception right now, guys. I'm just gonna make a quick 10-minute video and I'll squash all the rumors, I'll squash all the beef. I have no idea what public perception for this video is going to be. That's why I'm doing it now.
I can already tell you, based on the like to dislike ratio of this video, I don't know how many people watched it all the way through the end, because most YouTube viewers don't. They stick by for like 20 minutes, like I want to say like maybe 7 minutes to 10 minutes maximum, depending on the size of the video. That's usually how it works. So my issue already is that he's just like, I don't know how the public's gonna view this video. Idubbbz, be the YouTuber that you were and don't give a fuck what the public perception was gonna be. Just fucking rip the cord.
Now, right? The event is now over with. I can risk it, you know? I can air my grievances and we can see where it goes. I need to bring you guys up to speed on where I'm at as a person and as a content creator. My philosophy for a while was, well, people will figure it out through the videos I make. But the problem is the videos I make, I mean, I sort of avoid speaking from the heart. I'm just gonna focus on a thing, on a piece of content. I think I have bad associations with sharing my life on the internet. I'm like, no, that shouldn't be my thing. Like, leave that alone. As a person can come a lot of bad. And I think I've done a lot of bad. And, you know, at the bare minimum, I've just put a lot of negativity out there in the world.
What was your negativity? Saying that Keemstar is an asshole, saying Rice Gum was a loser, making fun of Leafy, who was bullying kids, making fun of the Fine brothers, who did horrible shit, that tried to trademark the reaction content style. Like, what was like the negativity that you put out there? You made comedy videos, and you made videos about bad unboxing and fucking Kickstarter crap. How is that negativity? Were you going out there and saying that you have to harass? Like, were you calling for actual harassment to people? Were you demanding people go out into the world and just like start screaming at people? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Wait, something happened to the stream? Are we good? Are we good? Are we having an internet issue? But like, I don't understand what he means by putting out massive negativity. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm so confused what he means by negativity. I'll never understand what that means. When he says, "Oh, I put negativity out into the world." No, you didn't. You just made informative commentary videos, bad unboxing videos, and then on top of that, you made Kickstarter crap videos. How is that negativity? I'm so confused how that could be portrayed as negativity. You weren't actively going out of your way to harass people like Maximilian Muss or like some of the big fucking horrible YouTubers, right? Like, you were never considered in that group. Nor did anyone view your content as hurtful or in that sense. Everyone understood that you were taking absurdist comedy. So how is that negative? It's a form of comedy. How is that negative? I'll never understand that.
And I'm working on not doing that. I plan on expanding on all of this in a further video. I think there's a lot of content from over the years and some behind the scenes that I'd love to share with you guys. I think it would give clarity to where I'm at. But in this video, that's probably about all I can say on any of it. I don't want to detract from what the focus is. And the focus is kicking Froggy Fresh from the Creator Clash card. The main reason Froggy was kicked from the card was...
So what? It was 2016. Everyone did that. And then on top of that, the conversation of slurs in general, like, yeah, people would be offended by them. I understand that. And there's history that carries with those words. But it's just a word. I live by the motto that, like, using something takes away its power, right? If you're using it in the sense of, like, non-maliciously, if you're just using it as a fucking descriptor of something, or if you're just saying it in a joking sense, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. If you're using it in a malicious sense, context matters. And Idubbbz was the one that even taught people that context matters on certain jokes like that. So, like, that's ridiculous. Sure, he could apologize for saying I said the N-word. Okay, but does that mean that you have to, like, completely say that you put out negativity in the world? Does that automatically mean that you put out negativity in the world for everything that you've ever done? I'm so confused.
For collaborating with Sam Hyde. And, you know, for anyone who's been following the story, that's, you know, fairly obvious. Froggy has explained, you know, his side of the story multiple times. And unfortunately, he's been perpetuating a narrative that it's about OnlyFans or that it's about Anissa's mom. And that's extremely deceptive because he knows why he was kicked from the card. The one indication I gave him was Sam Hyde, and I wasn't unclear about that.
So it is about Sam. So we were saying it was about Sam this whole fucking time. And Froggy even said, I think it was because I worked with Sam. And everyone was like, well, it's not about Sam. It's not about Sam. It's not about Sam. But Harley went on fucking Twitter Spaces saying, well, I trained with Sam and I didn't have a big deal. So it can't be Sam. What? What?
Anyone who's mentioning the fact that Harley trained with Sam Hyde for the year previous, that was before Sam was saying this about my wife.
I don't think so, Anissa. Bitch. Ho. Fucking Anissa. What an ugly piece of shit. But look how beat she is. Oh, nice jack-o'-lantern teeth.
That's like
I can't wait to see what she looks like when she's 32. Her teeth look like a pumpkin head. Like it's the Anissa Joma hole stretcher. I'm sending this to Anissa's OnlyFans. It goes directly into charity.
Yeah.
Everybody hates him and his wife's a slut.
So yeah, now that this guy is on the daily insulting my wife.
On the daily? On the daily insulting your wife? Don't get me wrong. I guess you could be upset that the guy keeps bringing up your wife, and I get that. I get that. But the argument, this is the thing. So, does that automatically mean that Froggy needs to get slapped upside of the head because of the situation with Sam? Why is Froggy being hit with guilt by association then, when Froggy did nothing to you along those lines that I understand? Now, obviously, Idubbbz is going to explain more in the video. I can't jump to conclusions just yet, but that's where my line of reasoning is going.
I think it's pretty fair to, you know, not want to associate with him in any way. We did ban Sam from the first event, so it's not as if he's confused about where he stands in all this. I don't like him. And Froggy knows that. Froggy knows that I don't like him. Of course. That's why he was banned. You know, none of this is like news to Froggy. Froggy knew all of this going into it. For anyone who's under the impression that Froggy has been like reasonable and chill and respectful through this whole process, he hasn't been. He's been a piece of shit. I'm not happy with how he's behaved. He's talked mad shit about me.
Ian doesn't want people who are bigger and more talented than him upstaging him. That's what it is.
Anissa.
Ian's masculinity has been completely removed via Anissa.
Participants of the event.
This is really a lot of weird, tender, soft people. Creator Clash people are real like these type of people.
So he's just talking shit? He's talking shit about he's just talking shit about the fighters? And he's giving his perspective on how he perceives you when you kicked him from the card. Wait a minute. Hold on. Why aren't you bringing up the Twitter Spaces? Why are you bringing up all the stuff post the situation where he found out that you were going to potentially take the $15K back from him?
You know what I mean?
The event itself.
This is really like the patty cake league for like social media boxing. You know?
He doesn't like the culture of Creator Clash, and he mentioned that.
And Chris Raygun and all these people, it's like some big ethos worshiping party at these things. And I don't get it. I don't get what all this shit is all about. Like everybody's there to worship ethos or fucking ethos or like touching ethos, titty or pussy.
To be honest, I thought it was quite the gift to you that we'd kick you off the card. You have no more obligations and you can immediately just pivot into boxing for misfits. It's like that's the culture that you want. You want the non-sissy You want the macho dude, traditional boxing culture.
Like, Idubbbz is saying that like it's a bad fucking thing. He's saying that's like all that Misfits does is like the non-sissy and highly combative. It's just a boxing of... Oh my fucking God. This is just petty, bro. This is petty. This is petty, bro.
So go over there and box for them. You don't even have to miss that many months of training. You've been training. So hop on one of those cards. But unfortunately, Froggy doesn't want to hop on one of those cards because he thinks the skill level is too high.
Personally, in my opinion, I think the talent at Misfits and Happy Punch is in a different league that is out of my league.
Oh my fucking God. Now he's trying to devalue what Froggy was saying because of a undercard bout between Boogie and Wings, which is supposed to be a joke. It's supposed to be a joke fight. What? Is Ian...
Whoa! Why give a shit? Just clap back or ignore and move on.
Yeah, true, Pigeon. Wait a minute. Bro, what the absolute fuck are you trying to do here? It's literally a joke fight between Wings and Boogie. And you're trying to say that this is the representation of the talent at Misfits to start off your argument? It's Boogie and Wings. They're 400 pounds each. They only had like a couple of weeks to fucking train. What are you talking about? Keem was talking about getting him on a card in general. You think that the other fighters aren't going to have a little bit more fucking, like, talent to them versus Wings and Boogie that are 400 fucking pounds? God damn it.
Footwork is amazing. Out the sand lot and I'm plotting on the globe. I work hard, I show love, that karma steady growing.
And then right here, he's down. You stop. I mean, come on. It turns quickly from boxing to assault.
Just fight someone who's weaker than you.
So I'm done with boxing. I can fulfill my current obligations. If for some reason Creator Clash changed their mind, I could fulfill my current obligations. I'm not interested in going further in any other boxing.
It's such a fucking cop-out that you're like, all right, I'm such a victim for getting kicked off the Creator Clash event when I knew what would get me kicked off the Creator Clash event, and now you're like, I don't want to box anymore. It's like, come on.
But that's guilt by association. You're going to vilify Froggy for wanting to train with Sam, who taught Harley how to fight, and that's how he won his first fight, and that he's wanted to work with Sam, and that he was allowed to choose any trainer that he wanted. Sure, Sam was banned from the event, but does that mean that Froggy needs to get banned because of association with Sam? How does that change anything? This is Froggy being frustrated at the end of all of this. This isn't before you kicked him. This is kind of like after. I understand that you're trying to build up the context of, has Froggy been cool about all this stuff? No, he's been a piece of shit. Okay, I get that. But people are more concerned about how it reached that point. Instead, you showed a montage of Sam Hyde talking shit and then a bunch of clips of Froggy after the kick. Chris, does this make you rethink how informed Idubbbz's past content cops was? Maybe. I think this one's coming from an emotional area, but I don't know.
If you look at my text exchange with Froggy,
whoa,
it's very clear what would
whoa.
get me kicked off the Creator Clash event. And now you're like, I don't want to box anymore. It's like, come on. If you look at my text exchange...
He edited those really fast, so let's take a look at these. Hey, dude, just want to clarify that I'm not mad at you. I just want this event to go well. And part of that is trying to be proactive about things. I just want to find a solution. I really appreciate your friendship, and I don't want to feel like I've upset you. I don't understand what's wrong. Can I not work Sam Hyde? He's been very nice to me. It's just a tricky situation. I personally have been hurt a lot. I have been hurt by a lot of things he's done. If he's your friend, that's totally understandable. I just don't get along with him, and I'm afraid of having him associated with the event. There are others involved in the event that also aren't comfortable with. I don't know what the rest of that says. That's pathetic. Yeah, he's my friend. I don't understand what me going to Rhode Island to work with Sam has to do with anyone who is uncomfortable with him. They don't have to see or work with him. I agree. Privately, what you do is absolutely only your business. But because we are running a public charity event, we have to be careful about these things because you do represent the event in some way. I had a similar issue last year. I thought, no problem, Harley. You can work with Sam Hyde, but it would end up attracting a bad crowd, and I got harassed online about it a lot because it was a public display. That's nice of you to give Harley permission to work with Sam. I didn't know I needed your permission as well. Yeah, so like, what the fuck?
Exchange with Froggy.
Oh, God damn it. Okay.
When I knew what would get me kicked off the Creator Clash event, and now you're like,
it's
I
all
don't wanna
personal
box
baggage.
anymore. It's like, come on. If you look at my text exchange with Froggy,
it's not about permission. He just called and asked if I was cool with it because he was making content around it. So what you're actually discussing right now, if I work with Sam Hyde, you're going to prevent me from fighting in the event. He actively makes content about wanting my marriage to end and that my wife is evil and hasn't respected my boundaries. I don't feel comfortable having him associated with the event. I'm wondering if you can understand where I'm coming from on that. So the issue is between you and Sam. And I get that because Froggy's going to go out of his way to like work with Sam on boxing and to get trained by Sam. It doesn't mean that Sam is going to go to the event. And the situation being is that you actually cultivated more of a situation for yourself by kicking Froggy out instead of just letting him be there. It's not like Sam was going to show up. It's not like Sam had anything planned for the fight until you kicked Froggy. So all this could have been avoided if you were just like, hey man, can you just not talk about Sam? That's really it. You know, you're able to do that. Chef, not now, big guy. Go on. I need you to go. Sorry. Let's see here. Yeah, he should have just said, I'm not comfortable with you working with Sam at all. Like, that's all he had to do. Let's see here. Understand the way you feel. I'm sorry about that, but you also have to understand that he is my friend, so I can't just tell him I can't be friends with him because Ian said so. That's why I'm asking, if I work with him, are you going to prevent me from fighting in Creator Clash 2? It's not a reflection of you. It's just a very painful and difficult thing for me that I'm dealing with and that I need to keep distance from that includes this project. I would just appreciate a yes or no answer, man. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to be going to boxing practice tomorrow or not. It kind of depends on what your plan is because Sam Hyde is banned from our event. If you want him to be there, we cannot accommodate that. My plan is to go to Rhode Island and hang out with him. So again, I ask, if I were to work with him, are you going to prevent me from fighting in Creator Clash 2? I would appreciate a yes or no answer. I have to talk to my coach about practice this week. Wait, I'm not sure I understand. Does that mean you are expecting him to be at the event or are you going to make content together?
it's very clear.
I never said you couldn't be friends with him. I would just prefer if you waited till after the event to post content with him. Yeah, that's weird. I'm not the type of person that you can just do whatever you want or what is convenient for you. I have a life and a family. You're not going to change my mind. I'm going to work with him. I'm trying to cook dinner for my kids. Sounds like your personal problems are interfering with your business. That's been the argument that everyone's had this entire time. It wasn't my intention to dictate things to you. I just wanted to give you my perspective because we haven't talked about this topic before. Ultimately, it's your decision. I'm sorry that the convo went this direction. Okay, I'll fight. Thanks.
That I didn't want to kick him from the card. I got to the point where I was like, okay, I don't want you working or training with Sam Hyde, but you're doing that, so all right, I'll look past it. I don't want you making content with Sam Hyde, but it seems like that's a real deal breaker for you, so I guess I'll look past it. It came to the point where I was like, can you postpone releasing content with Sam Hyde?
Look, you know me and Sam don't get along. You know, we put a lot of time and energy in this creator clash thing. I don't want it to be about Sam Hyde, so just don't let it hurt the event, all right? Go train with him, have fun, but don't let it hurt the event. Don't make it about Sam Hyde. That's what I would have said to you if I was Idubbbz.
Right, and guess what? Like, I didn't even plan on releasing another Sam Hyde content until after the event. If you don't know who Sam Hyde is, he's, whether or not you love him or hate him, you have to recognize him as he's the most talented comedian alive. He's the most talented comedian of our generation. He's got to probably be the greatest comedian of all time.
That's not, wait, is he considering tweets content? And retweeting Sam in regard to his beef with Hassan content? Like, sure, posting photos with Sam. Okay, I'm pretty sure Harley did the same thing.
He's insanely, he's a genius. I got a chance to go out there and train with him. He welcomed me into his environment. He paid people to train me.
I didn't even plan on releasing another Sam Hyde content until after the event.
Didn't you tell them that? I thought you told them that.
Ian requested it through text. He requested that I did that. Well, I didn't like that he requested that, because I don't think that's appropriate. I was like,
he didn't think it was appropriate. I do not think that is appropriate. Do you think it's appropriate that I don't know, 30-something-year-old man is publicly calling my wife a whore and a slut?
I think initially you can just buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this has got a separate Etsy page where she sells her pussy.
Yoko Ono was too concussed to fight in Creator Clash for the 2nd year in a row.
Life is so easy for a certain gender. All you have to do is say that my uterus hurts. What'd she say this time? Her uterus hurts or uterus fell out?
Had another concussion.
Probably your uterus fell out from getting blown out so much by toys.
Is that appropriate, Froggy? Do you think that's appropriate?
I don't think that's appropriate.
Okay, you don't think it's appropriate that I set boundaries. I don't think it's appropriate that you are hanging out with a guy who doesn't think women are people. Like, I don't think that's appropriate.
I was like,
wait. So Idubbbz is trying to say that all the content, all the things he said about Anissa means in translation that Sam doesn't think any women are people. Isn't Sam just an absurdist comic? Like, isn't that what he's known for? Is just saying absurdist shit? Now, yes, can I agree with Ian to a certain degree that maybe some of the jokes continued on and they stayed active and they kept going and it got annoying? Yeah, probably. I can agree with that position. But that doesn't mean that means that Sam Hyde doesn't view women as people. That's not what that means, Ian. I feel like you're projecting on that part. I think you're projecting on that part. I don't think that Sam thinks that women are not people. That statement doesn't make any sense. It's Sam saying absurd as shit. Now, is it against your wife? Yeah. Can you be upset with that? Sure. That's your prerogative. But saying that Sam doesn't view women as people, that seems over the top. I don't know. That seems crazy to me. Sam's kind of that's the thing about Sam Hyde, though. Sam's always just said absurd as shit his entire life. I don't know if he's like an actual racist.
Telling me when I can't release content, like this is my career, it's what I do for a living.
You complied with it, right?
But I was going to anyways. But I didn't like people telling me that. I thought that was out of line.
I don't know why he's saying that he was planning on waiting to post Sam Hyde content. We have the Twitter timeline of him nonstop posting Sam Hyde content. It's fucking weird. I don't know if he.
It was literally just tweets and 3 photos. It was him retweeting about getting into a fight with Hassan. It's not even about your event. It was literally about fighting Hassan. What? And 3 photos of them being in the gym together. That just comes across as petty as shit. It's not a full-blown video or anything. It's just like, hey, look who I'm training with, Sam Hyde. Okay, you could have texted him and say, hey, man, listen, can you not post that? I'm pretty sure Froggy would have complied. But, like, retweeting Sam on Hassan and Nabi beef? It's just a retweet. That's not posting content. The fuck are you talking about, Idubbbz? That doesn't make any sense.
Thought it was like a loophole to post on Twitter about Sam Hyde. So I think in his head he was like, I was gonna wait to post Sam Hyde content. Parentheses, YouTube video.
Like, cause like it's not my problem that you have personal beef with the greatest comedian in the world. If I go to Providence,
how am I the simp? How am I the simp? I want to know. Is it because it's a woman? It's because it's a woman, isn't it? It's okay to simp for a big gross dude. It's okay. It's understandable. He's big and he's gross. As soon as you simp for someone who's literally your partner, your life partner, that's too much. That's kind of gay.
If I go to Providence, Rhode Island and get an opportunity to work with him, that should be my option when I release that content. And it's got nothing to do with you. Not everything that people do with Sam Hyde involves Idubbbz, and I think that he misinterprets that.
We're not talking about people. We're talking about what you do with Sam Hyde, because you're in my event. I wish there were many layers of separation, so I really could be that disconnected. Unfortunately, I have to be around you. You have to fight at my event. I have to share the same space as you, in the parties, at the event itself, and I don't want to do that. I have no interest in sharing that space with you.
So for him to tell me, hey, could you wait until after the event to release that? In my mind, I'm thinking, I mean, I could, but it's weird for you to tell me to do that because it's got nothing to do with you.
Another thing that contributed to Froggy getting kicked was that he tweeted at Nathan Barnett, aka Dad. He said, dude, I tried hyping you up at Denny's when we ate dinner, and they said they weren't fucking with you and that you were going to lose to AB. They don't even like you. This is one of those things where it was like, oh, okay, so you basically don't have any good intentions here. You are just like, you don't like us. Like, I'm not here to play with people.
But it's just, wait a minute, what? That was another strike as a tweet towards Dad about how he was going to lose to Nathan and that he's like, I tried hyping you up at Denny's and nobody's fucking liked you. It's just shit talk. That was another strike against Froggy? Was a tweet about dad? I get it's your event. You don't want quote-unquote toxic people there, but that just doesn't get it. The dad thing out of... Okay, so if we were to remove the Sam Hyde stuff, right, and we're going to focus on the other things like dad and shit, that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I'm going to say it right there. I have no fucking idea. I have zero idea why that even matters. I don't understand how that matters. Thank you for the 5 QTV. But like I can kind of see where he's coming from the Sam Hyde stuff, but the thing is that it's literally just shit talk, and it's somebody training one of your fighters, and you can sit back and be like, well, can you not post photos of Sam, please?
I kind of get why Ian is pissed, but also he is being real petty about it.
Yeah, he's being petty. Like, I get why he's upset about the Sam Hyde shit, but the pettiness is overloading my I guess, what can I say the word? Like, understanding of it. It's just like, there's too much pettiness in that. Showing clips of Sam talking shit about his wife. Okay, you could be reasonably upset with that. Why does that translate to Froggy? Oh, because Froggy, I told Froggy that I don't want him making contact with Sam. But he was on Twitter posting photos with Sam Hyde and retweeting Sam Hyde wanting to fight fucking Hassan Anabi. That's not... I guess the definition of what I consider content is vastly different than Idubbbz. Like, what?
And give them warnings. Like, we're all adults on the card. I'm not going to give you a warning. Actually, no, I will give you a warning if I think you have good intentions. The problem is when you tweet shit out like this and you have the text message exchange that Froggy had with me, I don't think you have good intentions. You're like trying to like ruin a relationship between me and one of my friends. Froggy deleted that tweet, and I don't think he deleted it because he felt differently. I think he deleted it because he knew that it could potentially get him kicked from the event. And would also make him look like an asshole, but he basically reiterated that same thing in a Twitter space.
When I was at fucking Denny's, I was all like telling them, yo, Dad's a fucking savage. And they're all like, no, Dad doesn't spar with high-level fucking competition. He's going to lose to AB. And I'm thinking, these motherfuckers are...
So who said that? Who said that?
Ian and Anissa. Like, that's the way these motherfuckers are. And then they got Dad, like, riding for them. They don't even... And it's like, I wouldn't be like this, but if everybody's going to keep calling me out like I'm the fucking person that's fucking shit up, like, Dad's out here riding for them. They're all like, they don't even fucking give a fuck about him.
And in the same Twitter space where Froggy says this, Sam Hyde, Froggy's hero, calls Nathan a rapist like several times.
That Nathan Barnett guy, I guarantee you that guy would rape somebody if he had the opportunity.
Yeah, legally he would rape somebody in Minecraft, by the way.
In Minecraft.
Oh my god, he didn't even show Nick's face. He gave him a fucking nerd emoji. Because of a fucking edgy joke. Oh no.
Yes. If he had the chance to rape a woman, he would.
In Minecraft.
No, not in Minecraft, team.
I don't want anything to do with Sam. I don't want anything to do with people that think what Sam is doing is okay. It is not okay. Here's part of the Twitter space where Harley is sort of questioning Tyler with why he wouldn't, respond to Anissa. And I think that's a very valid question because you ask any of our fighters and it's like, yeah, Anissa was the one who like solves problems. She is more communicative than me and she's better at communicating than I am. I fucking suck at this shit. So Anissa is the one. She is the one to talk to.
How was I even supposed to know Ian and Anissa were mad when I get one call from Justin Tracy, then a text message, I respond to it immediately.
Yeah, and I just like the chat saying, well, I remember correctly that Sam was actually removed from the space after that. Like right after that, like nobody gave it as an endorsement. People were just like, hey, Sam, it's a joke, right? Joke. I'm not going to excuse Sam for saying that. Sam just made a fucking super edgy joke. Was it a joke and clean fun? Not really. But like, it's still weird. Like that's so weird. That's so weird. Like, why are you trying to correlate that? I'm going to keep listening.
Say, could you communicate through text or email and training? And then nothing else.
What's the last text you sent to Anissa?
It was probably some group message.
Okay, but what was the last text you sent to Anissa, just you two?
I don't have one direct text from Anissa. I have a group chat with my wife and Anissa. There's a group chat.
Your wife and Anissa. So sorry. Okay. Did anyone ever text you and your wife? What was the last thing Anissa sent you and your wife to you and your wife's phone? What was the last thing?
Tense moments in the Twitter space as Froggy goes to see.
It's, hey, Tyler, I'm not with Ian. I'm home visiting family. Ian called me not feeling great, and I'm just trying to understand what's happening or how I can help.
What's the date?
Sunday, March 12th.
You don't want to respond to that?
No, because you don't know the context of it. You don't have the context. Harley, let me give you the context.
Burn her Twitter account instead of responding to that very serious and sympathetic text that was nowhere near threatening or aggressive.
Froggy wasn't able to give context for why he didn't respond to Anissa's call and text message in the Twitter space. Harley ended up leaving. The conversation went elsewhere. So he uploaded a Twitter video to explain the context for why he didn't respond to Anissa.
Anissa's last text, which was checking on me. Anissa's concern text of hope everything's going okay. was a way for her to try to manipulate the situation, to try to do further investigation into my friendship with Sam Hyde. That was not an "Are you okay?" text. That was a "Ian is not able to break your shell." Maybe a vague, concerned, manipulative text from me will be able to.
He thinks this text message is manipulation. No, Froggy, we wanted to solve the problem. Let me just say, Anissa is just trying to exist. You know, she doesn't want anything to do with the drama. She doesn't want anything to do with the shit. And I have brought a lot of it into her life. And I take responsibility for that. But unfortunately, a lot of people who think that I've changed or call me a cuck or whatever, they've decided, instead of saying that I've changed and that I'm the decider of my future, it's that Anissa has changed me. So she has been the target of a lot of hate. And I think it's really shitty. And hearing Tyler talk about her in this way is just a reminder where it's like, Anissa's trying to manipulate you? What the fuck was I doing? Was I trying to manipulate you as well? Like, you should probably come out and say that because it seems really fucking sexist and creepy for you to be saying these things.
You know what I feel? I'm gonna be honest with you, and I really didn't buy none of this at the beginning until I was living in it. I kept always hearing people saying like, Anissa ruined Idubbbz, Anissa ruined Idubbbz, and I was always like, nah, whatever, like they can work out their problems. And I was never buying into that bullshit. But I swear to God, once you live an event, it's like, okay, I think Ian met the wrong person. I honestly think it's just like, I think sometimes you bond with the wrong person, it can take you to make the wrong decisions maybe. When I met my wife, I'll be honest with you, like I met my wife, I got better the more time I spent with her because she like was honestly a better person than me. But I feel like, dude, honestly, it seemed like, so when Ian, as soon as he starts messing with Anissa, it's like Ian goes from the person who would be dogging people, who would sue people, to then like his event that he's running is suing people. It's like a complete flip.
By the way, we weren't suing Froggy. We have no interest in going to court over $15,000. We wanted that $15,000 back, but you know, he wasn't giving it to us. So we have to leave it at that. You know, we're not suing him.
Froggy, if you're let back on, it's not like you're gonna make another OnlyFans joke about Anissa, right? Like, no, I mean, like if they make me sign a contract that I can't, then I won't.
You know, I find it so strange because it's like, you know,
that was a joke. That was a joke. Obviously, I wouldn't do any more OnlyFans.
I don't think Froggy respects sex workers. I think he has some really old, tired opinions about people who do sex work. I think he has a lot of weird opinions as well about masculinity and shit.
So are we just theory crafting right now? What is happening? So we're just having a so we're theory crafting on Froggy's mindset, just like how you're insinuating that Froggy is theory crafting on Anissa's mindset for that text message. It seems like there's a lot of theory crafting in this video, Idubbbz. It seems like there's a lot of like, well, I think he thinks this, and Froggy's going, well, I think she's thinking this. You're doing the exact same thing that you're trying to criticize Froggy for right now. Where is this going, dude? Where is this going? Opinions aren't crimes. Exactly. It just doesn't make any sense to me that this is this is what he thinks is going to be the thing, right? That this is the video that's going to vindicate the situation with Froggy. The tweet for Dad wasn't that fucking awful. And you didn't want to give him a warning? Aren't you a business owner? Aren't you somebody that's going to be taking care of a business? Why aren't you giving him a warning and saying, hey, like, don't do that? This is your one demerit. This is your second demerit, and then you get tossed the fuck out. Like, why weren't you guys more direct? That's been my criticism for a while. Why not be direct? Why pussyfoot around it? Why pretend like it wasn't about Sam Hyde? Or just be upfront and say, you were upfront in the text on one thing.
Sounds like a douchey Keem is smarter as a content creator not to deal with his pettiness.
Everybody who's a large YouTuber is petty. I'll be perfectly honest. Perfectly honest. Perfectly honest. Total pettiness. All the large YouTubers are fucking petty as shit. But hey, if you're a YouTuber, you're going to be petty. It's just how it is. If you're a content creator, a lot of people just are petty. I think the thing is that there's a lot of theory crafting in this video so far. And Idubbbz being like, yeah, I had an issue with Sam Hyde. And him just not being like, yeah, you know what, Froggy, if you post anything about Sam, you will be removed from the card. He should have just said that. He should have just said that. If you post any photos about Sam, any content about Sam, I'm removing you from the card. Should have emphasized that more. Now, do I consider retweets for a beef between him and Iilluminaughtii content? No, I don't consider that content. I guess me and Idubbbz have a different definition of content. I even think that the photos are not like... I think even the photos are not really content. It's just a fucking photo of who's training him. Cool. That's it. I don't understand this video and like what it's trying to accomplish. Yeah, Froggy said a lot of things that I didn't like. Okay. You're not proving to me why Froggy should have been removed in the first place, really. You're showing me your personal issues with it, And I get that you're the runner of the event. I get that. Content means posting anything. I don't consider retweets like fucking content. I don't. I know. Transflamingo, I know you like to fuck with me in chat, but like that's like an argument I'm going to see people make. I don't consider retweets content. I consider it a fucking button press that you're like, lol, that's funny. You know, like I don't see anything about that. I want to consider those tweets as content. Didn't tag Creator Clash in those tweets. That's a good position to take. Like I understand why Idubbbz is like, I don't want to associate with Sam Hyde at all. Okay, perfect. That's between you and Sam. Reaching out to Froggy, you should have just said, dude, listen, if he's gonna train you, just keep it away from us. That's it. I don't like the way that he talked about my wife, and you did that in the DMs, but it wasn't clear, really, that it was either if you continue down this path, you're going to be removed from the card or not. Like, you should have just been upfront about that. No, that's what Idubbbz thinks. Yeah, if he thinks that, that's crazy.
Ian's masculinity had been completely removed via Anissa.
A lot of it's not explicitly said, but when you listen to the jokes, it's like, oh, that's actually just your opinion phrased in a comedic way.
There was some type of nerd fight last year, and Chris Raygun and all these people, it's like some big ethos worshiping party at these things, and I don't get it. I don't get what all this shit is all about. Like, everybody's there to worship ethos or fucking ethos or like touching ethos, titty or pussy. It's always that, and it's just like, what happens to get all excited about it? And I think Chris Raygun was like, he probably thought he was gonna go there and beat some fucking nerd up, and he was gonna win. Like, I don't know if they're giving. I think they give away like OnlyFans girls there at these events. I don't know what kind of sponsorship. Like, if you win certain fights, I think you get to own some of these girls for some of the nights.
Awesome.
I don't know how it works, but I think Chris was like he had plans to go beat up a nerd and whatever, however he gets to like lease one of these girls, and so like he got there. Well, Ian was probably thinking like, because I think man, I need to just stop all this probably.
No, Froggy, keep going. I think you should keep going. I think the women of the world need to hear your opinions on these things. Talk more about how sex workers are property. That's a funny joke. It was super funny the third time that you referred to women as property. That was the funniest one. Because when you said lease, I was like, yeah, I know what a lease is. Even if you didn't do any of the Sam Hyde stuff, why would we want you at our event? Like, if you're just going to blatantly disrespect...
Ian and Froggy both looking like a holes.
Yeah, nobody looks good in this, realistically. Like, I still think it's ridiculous that Froggy was removed due to a fucking OnlyFans joke. It's whatever. It's a fucking joke. And Ian even said, like, I don't care what you say about my wife's OnlyFans. That criticism, I'm not changing. I'm not changing that criticism. I'm gonna plant my feet firm on that one. I think it's ridiculous that even happened in the first place. That's really it. This is like Froggy's personal opinions or jokes after he was kicked from the card. So Idubbbz is using that as a way to be like, well, Froggy's been a dick after I kicked him from the event. So this is going to show you why we removed him in the first place, which is like he now has some form of vendetta against you guys, or like a feeling towards you guys that's like, dude, he removed me for a bullshit reason just because I wanted to work with Sam Hyde. And there was no communication the entire time. So naturally, random fucking thoughts of frustration are going to go to his head and he's going to say stupid shit. So like, doesn't really change much.
Sex workers and women and other fighters saying that they're here to touch ethos. Like, it is so disrespectful and shitty. I don't want to...
Was before or after being kicked? I believe it was after. I got to look that one up, but I believe it was after. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I am live right now, and this is a fresh conversation we're having on this video. I did not realize that this video was going to be dropped at all today.
Share the space with you. I don't want other people to be uncomfortable because you're there. Like, you don't get the vibe, all right? The vibe is sex workers and fighting, I guess. And you don't like the sex workers part. I don't think Froggy is doing Sam Hyde's dirty work by, shit-talking Anissa. I think it's just pretty clear that he holds similar opinions to Sam Hyde and similar opinions to Sam Hyde fans, which is like, you're just going to repeat the shit that your hero is saying.
You have to ditch Yoko Ono.
Drop Yoko Ono, bro. It's got to be over. It's got to be over.
And leave the girl. Ditch the girl. I think Ian met the wrong person. I honestly think it's just like, I think sometimes you bond with the wrong person. It can take you to make the wrong decisions.
She's probably a succubus that's like sucking the life out of him.
Sad to see you didn't make the card again. When will Idubbbz break free from that succubus that is holding him back?
Ian's masculinity had been completely removed via Anissa. Anissa's concern text of hope everything's going okay was a way for her to try to manipulate the situation.
I think initially you can just buy that.
Yeah.
I'm sending this to Anissa's OnlyFans. It goes directly to charity.
Yeah.
Her anal bead package came out, and it was $100 for to look at pictures of her with anal beads.
I think they give away like OnlyFans girls there. Like, you get to own some of these girls. They get to like lease one of these girls.
So Ian really embarrassed himself, and so he didn't want Sam.
Yeah, of course it was Tom. Of course it was Tom. Tom's been following the Idubbbz shit for a while, so of course Idubbbz knows who Tom is. He's not stupid. He put that in there.
His event, because Ian doesn't want people who are bigger and more talented than him upstaging him. That's what it is.
Tyler is like repeating all of these narratives about how I've changed for the worst. The person responsible for my change in a bad way is Anissa. Anissa is a manipulative person. Oh yeah, that I'm like concerned about getting upstaged by Sam or people who are more talented than me, which is insane to me because I've put on this event twice, me as the main fight, and I've lost both times. That's pretty upstaged. As a side note, Sam Hyde has made it a habit to try to sound like a reasonable person by saying, if Ian and Anissa just asked, I'll stop harassing them.
If Ian ever hit me up and was like, hey man, like, just can you leave me alone? I'd stop talking about him. Whatever, I don't care that much.
If you ask me to stop, I'll stop.
Which on its face is already an insane thing to say. Of course, no one wants to be harassed.
If they let Froggy back on the card, I won't tweet at Ian or Anissa ever again. I'll shut up forever. How about that?
I get to bring back someone on the card who doesn't respect me, my wife, other fighters, and in return I have the chance of not being harassed by Sam Hyde? Oh man, how can I refuse that? Just so we're on the same page in case I have to make a future video, you heard what Sam Hyde said. If he's a respectable guy, he's not going to continue to harass me because he says, by his own admission, he doesn't care that much.
I don't care that much.
This is my request. I would like you to not harass me or my wife or anyone that we're friends with. Also, harassment encompasses all the little loopholes, all right? You can't just then like refer to me as a goblin and be like, I didn't say his name. I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about a goblin. That's not acceptable. Another thing I want to make clear is that the decision to kick Froggy from the card isn't just for like me and Anissa's comfort. There are a lot of people who don't want anything to do with Sam Hyde who are fighting on our card. There are a lot of people who are our fans who want nothing to do with Sam Hyde. So we're trying to protect them. We're trying to protect the environment that we're in, and we want it to be comfortable for everyone. I truly believe if we had Froggy participate through...
Yeah, but Froggy, he talked about respecting you for a long fucking time. And the situation with Sam Hyde soured that opinion of you. Are you trying to say that Froggy never respected you from the beginning? Is that what you're going with?
The rest of the event, it would have made the event worse, like noticeably worse, because we are all trying to work together to make the show as good as possible. And I think if Froggy doesn't fuck with what we got going on, he was going to make it difficult. One way or another, it was going to be difficult. In closing, I want to say that Creator Clash is probably the single best thing that I've ever done in my life. It has, brought so much joy to me and Anissa. It has brought the most awesome people that I've ever met. It's brought them into my life, and I'm super grateful. And I want to keep doing it. And this event means so much to me. And I'm going to protect it. And I'm going to protect the fighters and the people involved in the event. And, I'm not, when it comes to people wanting to fuck around and mess with the vibes, I'm not going to tolerate it. You're going to get kicked from the card if you're being a piece of shit. And if you're not communicating and if you're not cooperating. And I want nothing to do with Sam Hyde as well. So fuck that guy. And thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
I paid money. I'm on the floor seat, and I see like some
Oh
shenanigans.
God!
Going down.
Here
I take
we
a
go
photo
with the
of it. It's just
rusty
people holding up
cage.
the sign. It said Froggy did nothing wrong. Like
seemingly innocuous.
Yeah, right. I go to this like after event, and Anissa comes up to me. She comes up and says that tweet was really not cool, and I just apologized. I felt kind of like a bitch. I was like, why the fuck did I apologize?
Masculinity had been completely removed via Anissa.
All because Rusty Cage was like, why did I apologize? He did Rusty Cage in there, bro. I don't know how to feel about that video. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Everything that we were saying about Idubbbz was accurate. Point blank period. It was. Now, can I agree that the situation with Sam may have pushed it a little far, like the jokes and stuff? Maybe. I can agree with that point. That maybe constantly getting shit on might have not helped the situation. But I also feel like Anissa and Idubbbz shouldn't have beat around the bush with Froggy and actually just said, hey, we're not comfortable with you at all being with Sam. They should have just put your foot down right then and there. That would have been more respectable than dragging it out and being like, oh, you can go with him. I don't want to say that you can't hang out with this guy. Just fucking say that he couldn't hang out with him. It would have saved you guys a lot more time, a lot more heartache, a lot more effort. There would be lack of fucking speculation on everybody's end for trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Like, I don't think I'm crazy to say that. That I feel like Ian and Anissa dropped the ball. And do I believe that Froggy also at times definitely went overboard? Yeah, I could probably see that. I just don't get it. Literally, it was just the collab with Sam Hyde. Froggy made a response. Here we go. Froggy already made a response an hour ago.
Idubbbz, I saw your video. You put my face on SpongeBob SquarePants. You said I was a meanie. You said I don't respect sex workers. I'm going to tell you something. Have you ever seen Ricky Martin in Living La Vida Loca? Have you ever seen that man move? That man is a sex worker. And I respect that man. So you explain that.
What? Froggy, no. Holy shit. Oh, that's not the response I was expecting, bro. That's not the response I was expecting.
Kicking Froggy fresh from the creator.
I'm retweeting this. I'm retweeting that 100%. Bro, what is this video? God forbid you will make jokes about OnlyFans.
I don't think Froggy respects sex workers. I think he has some really old, tired opinions about people who do sex work. I think...
Yeah, see, that's my issue, right? Like, you're theory crafting on Froggy's mindset on sex workers. You're making an assumption on what Froggy thinks. Yet, you are upset that Froggy's making assumptions on your relationship. What the fuck are you doing, Idubbbz? What? Idubbbz kicked off Froggy fresh because Froggy did think hanging with Sam Hyde was a big deal. Ian said it was a big deal because I got harassed online about it. There, I saved you 30 minutes of Idubbbz trying to justify being a total pussy. Okay, I like that. But, like, still. Like, it's actually insane that this situation has reached this point. I don't like this. I don't like this. I think Idubbbz' video was not good, if I'm being perfectly honest. Not because I have like an issue with Idubbbz. It's just because I genuinely believe that Idubbbz really fucked up here. I think him and Anissa, because Anissa is one of the promoters and a manager of the event. That's not me taking shots at her, Idubbbz. That's me being honest. You guys should have been a fuck ton more transparent about the situation. Moving forward, you should have been a lot more, like, you should have been, like, more open about things. It doesn't make any sense. This video doesn't prove anything good. This video doesn't do anything additional. This video doesn't do, if anything, it's adding more of a bullshit sort of breakdown. Why does the camera look grainy? It's because my fucking ring light's out and the camera doesn't look good. You're just gonna have to deal with it for now. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, this Idubbbz' video was ass. I'm being perfectly honest. Because I understand where he's coming from, that he's upset that his wife and him are constantly being shit on. But does that remove the situation in general that Froggy should have been removed for associating with Sam in the sense of training for boxing? No. Should he have been removed for retweeting Sam on a Hassan Anabi beef? No. About a tweet about Dad versus AB? No. That's not content. That's just fucking Twitter. That's not content. That's not making a YouTube video. That's the part that, like, gets me confused on, like, how he considers it like that. Make sure to tip Chris so you get groceries. New ring light. Yeah, true. True. That would definitely be helpful. But at the end of the day, I think we had a really good live stream today. I don't want to continue on. I think I encroached way into other people's live streams today. Way into other people's live streams. I was hoping not to do that. But hey, sometimes that happens. I want to thank everybody who donated today in particular. Thank you, QTV, King Corgi, QTV again, Pigeon Salad Chemist, JFA, AD, Classic, Mark, Devil, Bonnie, Girk, Gotham, Pigeon again, Ebola, everybody who, like, straight up just donated and sat through the entire stream today. That's really fucking awesome. We had over 200 and something concurrent people today. We've kept concurrently about 200 to 181. Our viewership's going up. This channel's going places. Get in on the ground floor. Make sure you guys re-up your memberships as well if you guys get gifted one, or if you want to become a member. I just uploaded some members only content for you guys, so make sure you guys check that out. I want to thank you all for watching, and let me see who I can redirect you guys to right now. Who is live right now? You know what? I'm gonna send you over to Turkey Tom. I'm going to send you guys over to Tom. So stick around for a few minutes. You guys are going to go over to Tom. He's still live, all right? Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you leave. Make sure you don't leave until a little bit. Give it 1 minute, all right? Give it like 2 minutes, and then I'll send you over to Tom.